You can't hear? Can you hear me? Let's try it again. Friend, because it's the retrograde and this shit is a hot video. We're gonna use the Sage. All right, let's go.
He's in control. He's the master of his masters. I can do business with you, right? Master's talking to a master, not a master talking to a slave, a solver. I'ma license you, my materials. You don't hold my materials anymore. But I'm gonna take the big chunk over here to the army. That's why I have no issue with people calling him a master mason. You damn right, he's the master of his catalog. He's the master of his words. He's the master of his archive. You feel me? He's the master of the ceremony. Very few artists have been able to achieve this. But the ones that have, we've seen it demise. I'm on 100%. 100. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue, purple the Benz. Change up the circle of friends. The nether will circle the twins. 75 ever since. 70 wives in the fence. Red and blue, purple like Prince. 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 We feeling the urge, killing the purge. Brothers electric, we feeling the surge. Feeling the words, killing the birds with immunity. Pillars of unity. This is the form of the Voltron. This is the age of the Ultron. This is the stage of the Pope bomb. This is the sage you can smoke on. Copper pound. Came under Xena, was copper down. All I was missing was copper crown. Summer 16, I turned copper brown. Look for revenge in the copper town. Capping the grizzly and copper crown. 21 men salute chopper sound. My power pieces, the crystal be talking, the club be talking. Key County clothing, yeah, king of New York, and I'm Christopher walking, the missiles are walking. Missiles be talking, 21 hammers with country, the grammar, the broken, the English. I'm on 100%. 100. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue, purple, the Benz. Circle the twins. 75 ever since. 70 wives in the fence. Red and blue, purple like Prince. Red and blue. What's up? In the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning. Like I said, my bad. My mic was on mute. That video right there is directed by a friend of ours by the name of Shula the Dawn, who we have coming on, who we've invited as one of our many guests to come on the show tonight, Wednesday show from ASHY to Classy Wednesdays, okay? This will be a KTL Roundtable in the same vein of roundtables that we used to do 10 years ago leading up to 2020, all right? And we look forward to tonight's show. today happens to be Ash Wednesday. I saw a lot of people walking around with crosses on their foreheads. So the religion that we practice is information and truth and knowledge. Henceforth, the name Know the Ledge. But let me go ahead and do this roll call before I even start getting into anything tonight. All right. Oh, I see Brooklyn is in the building. Clinton Hills. Detroit is in the building. Shout out Detroit. All right. Shout out Miami. That's right. Atlantis is in the building. Okay. Salute to Atlantis. West Phoenix in the building. Peace to the Phoenix family. Cali in the building. All right. Indeed, indeed. Florida is in the building. Yes, Florida is in the building. The universe is in the building. Wait, did y'all get to hear the video that I opened up with? Was the audio on that working? Don't tell me that the whole thing played and there was no sound. Oh, damn, I'm reading the comments. It wasn't working. My bad. It's this retrograde. Look, this retrograde, this thing right here is required everywhere that you go. You got to burn sage with you this retrograde. I'm going to be burning sage this whole show. We got to make sure things go all right. You know what I'm talking about? Because this thing right here, it was sounding, it cut off. There was sound in the beginning. It stopped on blue. Oh, word. Don't worry about it. We'll close out this episode with the video. You'll be able to hear it. We'll close out tonight's episode with red and blue purple like Prince. Because once you meet the director and you get familiar with, you know, his ASHY from Classy story, then you'll appreciate the video when you get to hear it. Now you just got the visuals. I guess that's the ancestors working. They're like, yo, don't try to correct us. Don't even blame it on the retrograde. We do what we do. Don't blame it on Mark Zuckerberg either. He works through us. Don't you see he's an empty shell in a way? So this here family is sage. You know, I can't assume that everybody watching this is familiar with what I'm blowing. You might think that I done made it, you know, that I live in a legal grow state and I'm out here smoking big blunts on camera. And that's definitely not what this is. This is sage. This is to clear up the air. This is to clear up the ionosphere. You know what I mean? This is to get all of that negativity away from me. This is to get that coronavirus off of me. You feel me? This is to get that coronavirus off of me. You dig? Because it's about to get real in these streets. So tonight, I want y'all to watermark this show that we have right here. I want you to timestamp this show that we have. This is a very important show, thus this show and many shows after this. Why? Because we can't assume to say that we know where we're going to be in the next month from now. We can't necessarily honestly sit in front of each other and say, you know what? I know where I'm going to be a month from now. I know what's going to be going on a month from now. I know which direction my businesses and myself and my friends and all of my colleagues. Yeah, I'm very sure I know what's going on, and you know we're 100% sure that we got this. You can't say that. You can't necessarily say that. All right. Give me 1 minute, y'all. I have to send out the link. I have to resend the link. I've been told that it didn't work. Give me 1 second. So, Thank you, whoever just subscribed to the Facts 2020. I appreciate you. This episode that we're doing right now will be sponsored by the Facts Initiative. This episode is also going to be sponsored by KTL Empowerment. We want to empower our consortium. We want to power our network. We want to power our village with information, outformation, and jewelry like gems and whatnot that's gonna propel them into a place that's way beyond where we find them now. Okay? All right, let's continue this shout out. The roll call I made. San Diego is in the building. Roxbury, Crossing, Massachusetts is in the building. Oakland, California is in the building. Shout out to Oakland. Salute. All right. New Waverly, Texas is in the building. Missouri's in the building. Harlem, 150th is in the building. Memphis is in the building. Sacktown is in the building. Talk black to me. Missouri is in the building. Merritt Island, Florida is out here. New Waverly, Texas. KCMO, the town is in the building. Dallas is in the building. Sacktown is in the building. Harlem is in the building. Bristol, England is in the building. Miami's in the building. South Bend, Indiana. Yeah, talk black to me. Colorado, 757. Columbia, Mississippi, Santa Monica, California, England, Bristol, Detroit. You dig? Harrisburg. This feel like a work route. You know, I feel like a Willie. Allentown, Cabo Verde, Tallahassee, Watts, California, Antigua. Think about this for tonight's episode. While we still in the power of this moon. Think about we can have a store. Think about having an income stream or a store or a product that one of us or many of us are owners of in each one of these places that I'm calling out. That we could build a stream of water to drink from, a current. Sweden, Dorothy, Alabama, Creek, Wakanda. Every single week that we get together, opportunity is staring us in our face like a gift horse. Watts, California, Philadelphia. But as we evolve and as we grow and as the evolution will be digitized as we move forward, as life, as Saturn and Pluto force us to move, been ready to move with. As we get put in these situations because of the times that we're in, we're going to adapt ways that we're going to tap into things that we haven't tapped into, like this network that we have all in front of us. Sacramento, Valley of the Rich Bones, talk about it. Sweden, Pennsylvania, yeah, speak it, yeah, exactly. The Seminoles, descendants of the Olmecs, supreme deity, right? That's right. That's right. So the fact that we exist everywhere is a variable in the equation that we all should be adding in to whatever problem that we're attempting to solve. Think about that. The fact that we, you know what I mean? I'm talking about all of us that are here tonight, because we could claim to be like, yo, we know, we on the same wave, we on the same frequency. You right? There's a mutual interest at hand. So we could say we could talk French tonight, talk French to me. We could say we, right? Not the ego, the we go. Where I go, we go, right? Not the ego, the we go. Where I go, we go. Because my main purpose in this new era that we live in this new electrified age, my main purpose is to bring as many of us as possible. I'm not affected, and I'm not bothered, nor am I affected by more people. The more the merrier, because this has become a numbers thing. This is the algorithm works off of numbers. Talk black to me. That's right. The algorithm works off of the numbers. It's a numbers game. What did Hov tell you? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. They do lie, but these numbers mean something in this new digital time, this digital era. We have people in the building that we're going to be bringing on the stage tonight. And these brothers, we are in class. This is Know the Ledge Radio 2020. You are now rocking with the best. This is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pill. I am not necessarily going to be joined by the Brother Blue Pill. I might be joined. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me send the guard the link. Hold on. Give me a minute. What am I thinking? You know, Blue is on a roll. So usually when we have these situations, we would do the round table. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we'll be doing tonight. But I'm sure Blue is going to call in because he got a lot of things that's going on. He went from ashy to classy. You feel me? He got to give thanks on Ash Wednesday, on Ashy Wednesday. Give me 1 minute. So the name of the game, and not to keep it mass simplified or nothing, but the name of the game at this point is, you know, organization, right? Purpose, plan, and formula, right? My Cash App is right there on the ticker, beloved. It's right there. Cash App is scrolling on the ticker. If you're watching the video on replay, or if you're live in the chat room watching us go in right now, the ticker is right there, right? We live in a precarious time right now. We live in a very interesting time right now. We live in a time of uncertainty. We live in a time of complete chaos. The principle of chaos and the principle of uncertainty and the aspect of, you know, not being able to, you think you know what's coming, but not being able to forecast what tomorrow's going to bring, not being able to tell the weather, because even the Weather Channel is off a lot these days. In New York City, I'll have on my weather app, they'll be like, it's 45 degrees today. And then it'll be like 62. And nobody sends me a report as to why my app is wilding and whatnot. Why I'm out here, you know, with the sheepskin on, you know what I'm saying? And it's 62. So they can't even tell the weather right now. You know, the hottest January on record since they began recording was the January that we just exited. February is about to close out. I could have took my jacket off today. I did not have a day where my nose was running and my ears were fighting me and biting me. I did not have strep throat this season. I didn't have my fingers feeling like they were going to fall off. I didn't have days standing on 125th Street like Shorty from the Christmas Story with my tongue stuck to the pole, crying when the wind was cutting my face. You know what I mean? I didn't have any of that. I didn't go through that this quote unquote winter because there wasn't a winter, right? So we live in a precarious time. We live in a different time. We're in a whole different world. We're in a whole different time zone. We're in a whole different existence. So those of us who are tapping into the now and profiting and benefiting off of it, tonight's episode I felt was important. Why? Why is Ashy Wednesdays important? Because we're entering into an unknown time. There's going to be a time, and they tell it in the history books as before Corona and after Corona, BC AC, and don't run with my cloth. You know what I'm talking about? I got alarms on my shit. You niggas out here trying to boost the cloth. Yo, Trav, turn your phone on landscape. We need the full landscape, God. And I'm gonna bring y'all in a minute. Yeah, shout out to the chat. Shout out all in the chat. You know, y'all make yourselves at home. Get your pens and your pads. Tonight's show is going to be informative. It's going to be very informative. Like I said, tonight's sponsors is KTL University and Facts 2020. You dig what I'm saying? So KTL University is going to represent the scholastic aspect of this. This is not homeboys kicking it in the social club. This is something that you'll never receive in college courses. This is something that you will receive in KTL University. This is higher education, higher than Ivy League. We got to come up with a new Ivy. This is Blue Ivy League. And then we got Facts 2020, which is food, art, clothing, technology, shelter. It is an initiative that we have officially launched on last Saturday, the day that Deontay Wilder, the Black Prince, right? The brother who was representing, because he put it out there that he was going to represent the race. And then the song that he came in was representing the race. And then the Gypsy King, he made it very clear that he was representing the race. He did not make any mistake. He's representing Christ, and he said he was representing God, and he was representing his people. You know what I'm talking about? From the Irish side and the Gypsy side, which is a conglomerate of all of the European tribes. And they went to war on a high, but it was something of a spiritual significance, a high spiritual significance. The same place that Apollo got washed by Drago. The same place, MG, the same exact thing, right? The same place that he got washed. And they had to throw the towel in because if they did not throw the towel in, Apollo got, if they would have thrown the towel in, Apollo would have lost the fight, but he would have had his life. They throw the towel in, and he got bodied in the ring. That white boy could have bodied homie in the ring, bro. He was lining them up like that. He could have bodied him. There was a possibility that we could have saw our good brother to this day, the bronze from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. You know what come out of that river? You know what kind of catfish come out of that river? You know that's the Black River. You know that whole shit was ignited many years ago. Maybe that was the year that he turned on. Real talk. But he was representing the ancestors, and he was doing a great job at it. That shit that he was wearing, that suit that he was wearing that he came in with, you know, the Black Power Ranger mixed with somebody out of Mortal Kombat, the final boss. Oh no, this my niggas, y'all. That was the season finale of Game of Thrones. We're in a whole new chapter right now, and we're entering into a new reality where anything can happen. Because I'm here to let you know that it's going down, my brothers and sisters. Nothing will be the same after this. This is BC, before Corona, after Corona. And I'm here to give you some cloth. I'm here to give you some game. And I want y'all to treat this what it is. This is a classroom. This is something that you would have been charged $500 and up, because they're paying that price. They're paying 5 racks and up. Believe me when I tell you. And each one of the brothers who I'm going to show you, who I'm going to introduce you tonight, it costs bread to be in these brothers' presence. They sell their information because the game is to be sold. So you're getting a treat. I have to let that be known. I have to put that out there, because this information is not appreciated. And when it's given for free, it's not appreciated and it's not valued. And that's a flaw. But this is love. And that's what you get on KTL. You get priceless information for the free, for the love. So love is reciprocal. We do it like this. You will never receive it if you don't give it back. Understand that. And you vote with your dollar on this platform. That's how you show love, because you can't pull up on me. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm everywhere and you're never there. You know what I mean? It's too much going on. So the best way to pull up is with the donation, because the best nation is imagination, but it's the twin brothers donation. Facts. Yeah, let's talk black to me. Let's cook. Let's get it in. because this is Ash Wednesday. So, but this is Ashy the Classy Wednesday. So we finna cook so we could get some ashes and we could put the upside down cross and the Ankh and the 666 on our foreheads because that's our carbon signature. Don't get scared. Yeah, sacred geometry. So without any further ado, I don't want to run my mouth. I want to bring some of my brothers in the building so we could talk our talk, all right? Without any further ado. And I'm also putting the request out there for one of our sisters, a goddess, you know, who's familiar with the who the platform worked with before, who I've worked with before. I cannot roll the dice and pull up Empress Sekhmet, you know what I'm saying, Barashango Bay, you know what I mean? And you get on here and go bonkers. I need somebody who I've worked with before. If you're in the chat room, you know, holla at me, send a line, and I'll send you the link. I'll pull you in, and we'll talk about it. But without any further ado, let me bring my brother Heru from HOKCT, Peace to the God. Let me unmute the mic. There you go.
Yo, my mic sound nice or what, love?
Check 1, check 2. Your mic sound nice. Check 1, check 2. You in the building?
What I'm talking about. Word, love.
That's right.
I love the topic, man. I love what you was talking about, love.
We just getting started. Let me open up the floor for everybody. Let's bring the family in, and we're gonna introduce everyone.
All right, say no more.
All right. Without any further ado, we're gonna bring my other brother, Shula the Dawn, in the building. Shula the Dawn is the director of Prince and Made for This out of Miami. Peace to the God.
What's good?
Hey, Shula, what up?
Shula has my brother, thank you.
Yes. Shula was a student of Know the Ledge Radio many moons ago. When did you start listening?
I want to say that was like 2010, I believe.
You was Ashy back then?
Like 2010. I was living in Atlanta, so it could have been 2010, 2011, around there. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like, you know, I told you before, like, you know what I'm saying? I had a detox from Miami real quick.
Yeah,
you know,
pull up.
Like, you know, so.
Well, let me bring Trillion in. We're going to have everybody tell their story and introduce themselves. All right? Trillionaire Trav in the building. Turn your phone the other way. I need the landscape view of you, brother. If you could do that. If that's possible.
We lit now?
Your audio is choppy, though.
Okay. Let me get that together.
This thing works best with a laptop computer. If you could do that, or a tablet. Yeah, I need your audio to be a little clearer, though, my brother.
I got you. I'm actually jumping on the laptop right now.
All right, so click back in.
Okay.
All right. So, one of the reasons why I invited you brothers on the show tonight, for the sister that was asking about getting my hoodie, the link is right there in the ticker. You'll see the website called kingscounty.bigcartel.com. For those who want to become patrons, you'll also see my Patreon link, Patreon.com/Red Pillar. And for those who want to sign up to the facts2020.org, those who want to get with the winning team, those who want to get with the brothers and sisters who are going to be proactive, who are going to slide through whatever is going on in the 2020 year cycle, because this is a roller coaster ride. Please believe we are only in January, family. We are only in February, And February went like it never was here. So we're marching into March, and then we're going to slide right into April, which is the new year. So it's time to organize and to come together and to recognize that we are more powerful together than we are separately or broken into different pieces. Trav is in the building. Trillionaire Trav in the building. Talk black to me.
Peace to the gods, peace to the gods. I'm definitely in the building, man. Shouts out to Red, Blue, Know the Ledge, man. The whole conscious community. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be here, man. We've been putting on, and it's about time. It's our time, man. That we connect the pieces, man. And you know, chestnut checkers, man. So shouts out for Red for lining us up, and just inspire in the community to be better, man, and really manifest this God-like energy, because it's in us, man. You know what I'm saying? It's in our DNA. It's who we were born to be. And for me, I'm at a point where it's more about activation and solution based information more than us complaining about what we've been through and what we're going through. I mean, gods cannot be oppressed, and that's one of my favorite sayings. So with that being said, I feel like I am God body. I feel like there is no one holding me back except for what may be considered one's mindset or their mind state. So with that being said, shouts out to the family, man. Please.
Indeed. So I invited each one of you brothers on a platform tonight, right? We have some more guests that we have invited. So when they pull up, we'll bring them in. But I invited you brothers to the platform tonight because over the years, I've seen a considerable growth, and I've seen a considerable come up, and I've seen the proverbial Ashy the Classy story take place. Now, when I say Ashy the Classy, I want to qualify myself so I don't have anybody misconstrued with what we're saying. When I say Ashy the Classy, what I'm saying is the proverbial Ashy, not the fact that you was wearing your brother's clothes, not the fact that you were you was lacking or whatever, you wasn't wearing designers, you was wearing made in China's. I'm not talking about that level of Ashy. What I'm talking about, the level of consciousness that some of us have that when translated could be identified as Ashy consciousness, Ashy Larry consciousness. Ashy consciousness is what we call poverty consciousness, right? Mm-hmm. Poverty consciousness is Ashy consciousness. That's when you were ashy. And no one that I've met a plethora of people who've come through the gates or through the pillars of consciousness, and made their presence felt. And I haven't met one person who came in who wasn't ashy yet. Just based off of where they went, right? Just based off of what they became, just based off of what they evolved into. Many people have come into this in a sense where they went into the stage of anger, right? When people take the red pill and they wake up or they become woke, right? Like in the movie when he took the red pill and Keanu Reeves, like he was in a shock and awe, right? He was in a shock and awe type of situation. His whole surroundings was just crazy. So he was tapping in to, that power that we all have. You know what I mean? And that power is to begin to see not only yourself, but that power is to begin to see your environment, your reality, your dimension, your world, your universe, your galaxy, and your everything, your all. You want to begin to manipulate it with your mind, like it was showing, like who's moving their thing around like that. This very sound sensitive, so we can't really move because it's going to pick up and interfere with the stream, right? So we find ourselves, in this matrix right now. All of us are in the proverbial matrix, but we're also working in and outside of the matrix. We're doing a lot of things in our community. We're doing a lot of things creator-wise, business-wise, brand-wise, intellectual property-wise. We're laying out blueprint-wise, inspiring all kind of other people who are looking for role models, who are looking for people to latch, to live vicariously through, to look for people to watch how they're walking so they can decide how they're going to walk. What would Jesus do? What would Machine do? What would, you know what I mean? All of these, what would somebody do? When I was young, it was what would Jigga do? You know what I mean? What would Biggie do? What would Jigga do? You know what I'm saying? What would DMX do? And that's how people were moving. What would Big Meech do? What would Jeezy do? You know what I mean? People, what would Weezy do? You know, and what would Yeezy do? So the artists have a lot of control over the psyches and the quote unquote impressionable minds, the hearts and the minds, as we can see with the most recent passings. Now I'm going to point out to a passing of artists that are superseding artists at this point, right? These are becoming cult figures, right? XXX a Jamaican with a righteous name, right? Jastil. No, his name was you from the 305, Shula. What was his name? Jastil?
It was something like that. I'm not too good on the pronunciation on it, but yeah, it's a revered name.
Yes, indeed. A messianic one too, right? Because of the energy that he possessed, and because of the transformation that he made, and because of the fact that he didn't hide it, and he put it out there, and he did what all messiahs or messianic ones are instructed to do. You teach what you learning. You do not hide. You teach your followers. You teach your people. You teach your flock. You wake them up. You give them the red pill. You start them on their path. You take them from ASHY to classy. You might even bait them in by being an a-hole. You might even bait them in by being a gangster. You might even bait them in by being a gangbanger. You might even bait them in by being a lean sipper. You might even bait them in by being a pill popper, a hoe, a ratchet, a stick-up kid, a jack boy, a dope boy, a shooter, a killer. All of these things.
Right.
And then you start changing. You go through a life change that people know this. You're not an industry plant. Nobody made this up. This is the universe working on these people. Somebody's beating on their drum, and this is not Geppetto. This didn't come from the marketing department. You feel me? And then you see people begin to evolve. And then you also see people who are not genuine, who are just out here, you know, riding the wave, cowabunga. You feel me? They got the surfboards and they hopped on the wave and they out here trying to do point break and whatnot, not realizing that that wave is finna swallow them up.
They call them wave runners.
Wave runners. You feel me? The wave runners have taken this thing and created that they went and built their own highway. They went and built their own interstate. Dude, I'm gonna put an article up to show you. They're paying black women $2,500 an hour to sit down with liberal white women and explain to them what racism is. $2,500 an hour. And they're also paying these other melanated social justice warriors who have learned how to monetize the pain. They've learned how to monetize the quote-unquote oppression. They've learned how to monetize the cat and mouse, because it has to always consist of somebody playing in the middle and controlling both sides. So they got a bag to control your anger. Remember, if you angry, they get money off of you. If you want to hustle, my nigga, you want to trap. You want to go and listen to that music that we put on the radio, that we put billions of dollars behind, that we got all kind of bags for, that we invest in, like people invest in bricks. They just buying up mad artists, like people buy up bricks, and they get paid off for those artists. Anything, Dior, oh, buy stocks in Dior, y'all. Christian Louis Vuittons, oh no, we're gonna get some more Louis stocks. Oh, hold on, what they said? The Douce, yo, buy some stocks in Douce. That's the biggest secret that nobody wants to tell you. That 80% of the industry who don't look like us, the ones who got all of their tentacles, they eat off of the artists like you, like somebody would eat off the carcass of a beach whale. They have all of their tentacles because look, they the media department, right? You know, we're gonna do your cover for you, as if you don't got a cousin wild nights on Illustrator and Photoshop. Yo, we gonna do your PR for you. As if you don't got everybody telling your business already. Yo, we gonna do your A&R for you. As if homie from your team who passes out every time that you spit a hot 16, like as if he's not the barometer. That's why they don't want Jake Paul, Chris Paul, and all of these people to come in the league, because they don't want you to be in control of the bigger aspect, or the real aspect is which is the business of being great, the business of being God, the business of being a creator, the business of, because what does God do? God creates.
Yeah.
You know? So
Without a doubt.
I'm seeing each one of you brothers do your thing. I want y'all to introduce yourselves to the family briefly. You know, this is an elevator pitch. We're not gonna, you know, because we got a lot of things to talk about tonight, and we don't want to have everybody up into the wee hours. And we know each one of you brothers have work to do, so I'm not gonna have everyone here all night. So I'm gonna start with you, brother Heru. Let them know the Heru's journey, and the hero's journey is your journey, where you're at now in 2020, and when you started out from the day you first saw me or we met.
All right, so I'm gonna just break it straight like this, man. Getting the 5%. My mic sound good or what?
You good?
Mic
Perfect.
You good?
Let me know if my mic sound good.
You good, my brother.
First, say no more. So, I started out as a 5%er, you know what I mean?
Peace, God.
And knowledge self, you know what I'm saying? That's where I tapped into, being a 5%er and going through that first school of thought, you know what I'm saying? Where I want to consider my ASHY point, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the nation, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the nation, you know what I'm saying? But that was my ASHY part, you know, when I came into the game, you know what I mean? I was ASHY then. And when I got classes, you know what I mean? I was thinking 1, 2, 3 instead of 0. You know what I'm saying? There was no 0. The 0 was at the end. And I credit Trillionaire Trav for bringing forth that 0 and saying, Lord, let's talk about the 0 before we talk about the 1. So everything is everything, nothing is something. You know what I mean? Then fast forward to meeting the pillars and seeing the platform with Sarnetta and getting on the platform and seeing it's a bunch of people on the platform, but a lot of people ain't really solution based and application driven. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them just, you know what I'm saying, mentally slapboxing and shit. So Facts Initiative is what really set the tone to say, you know, me and the Galactic Guardians is who I represent. GGD 720 is really when we started to be about mobilizing and putting these solutions and applying them, you know what I mean? And that's just a quick rundown, you know what I mean? Not to go long, like you said, we all got stuff we got to do, but, you know what I mean, to tie it all together.
Yeah.
I was ASHY. I had knowledge of self in 92. You know what I'm saying? When I had my first seed in 92, I had knowledge of self, and I was ASHY, and I was just coming into the game, talking about ABC, 1, 2, 3, you know what I'm saying? Food, clothing, shelter. You know what I'm saying? It was only food, clothing, and shelter. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no technology. It wasn't no transportation that. It wasn't no finance in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just more or less being a poor righteous teacher. That's when I was ASHY. You know what I'm saying? When I wasn't participating in the marketplace. And then once I tapped in, you know what I'm saying, and formed the Galactic Guardians, we realized that we really had to tap into spirituality and the physical at the same time. You know
Did you see that did you see that making money wasn't an evil thing?
Say that again, Lo?
Did you see that making money wasn't an evil thing?
The money came the more I tapped into who I was and what I was able to really do with the information, not just knowing the information, but putting the information out there, using that shit for my better, not only for me, but my family. This is when the likes became dollar signs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where it was like attaching a product or a service to, you know what I'm saying, what it is that I do. And I've been getting the bag straight up 25 years in the club. You know what I'm saying? So to get into the bag and being you know what I'm saying, not working a 9 to 5 and getting the bag, I've been doing that 25 years. But it still didn't click until, you know what I'm saying, I say the late 90s going into the 2000s. I wouldn't even say after 2008 is when it really clicked for me. You know what I'm saying? When I brushed that ash off, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't ashy no more. Like 08 in all actuality.
Indeed, my brother. All right, so up next is my brother Shula the Don out of the 305.
So,
All right. The director extraordinaire, the visual genius behind Made for This and Red and Blue like Prince. Having the brother who made that look like a movie. So talk to the people. This is my Dominican brother right here.
It was good.
My people's right here. Shula the Don. Let them know. Let them know about you.
A little bit about me, like said, like been directing for like a good I would say like 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And it's just been like like just trying to apply everything that you learn and you like kind of like you juggle with, because it's like you retain the information and then you got to see the patterns in real life form. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So it's like and it's applying that. That's like the really like the hardest part, because you could get all the information, learn it, but if you're not applying it, then what's the use of even storing it in your brain? You know what I'm saying? So it's like
for masturbation.
Basically. So it's like I'm thankful I've come across your information like back when I actually needed it, because I was like not saying like actually needed it, like, you know what I'm saying, like I needed it at that moment because I was going through a lot, you know what I'm saying, like, so I took basically like a detox out in Atlanta, and then I ran into all the information he was pumping, and I will go on the back episodes that I was missing, you know what I'm saying, because I was doing, I think it was every Tuesday, right, like on KTL radio show and stuff.
Yeah, Tuesdays and Fridays.
So I would catch them and try to catch up, playing catch up, you know what I'm saying? And then even playing catch up of what I was, because y'all was talking about like, from Dr. Blair to like Phil Valentine's videos be like 5 hours, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta
give you 5.
Yeah, so he's like, you gotta play catch up, but it's like everything I was learning, I was really trying to apply like hard, and it's hard, you know what I'm saying, when you're the minority when it comes to that, like, you know what I'm saying, like how this world is, it's not constructed for us like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta just put in the work and everything, you know what I'm saying? I try everything that I grew up watching, you know what I'm saying? I come, like you said, I'm Dominican. My mom is actually from Colombia, from Barranquilla. It's like the coastal part. That's like the first free African slave city in that side of the world, you know what I'm saying? Before Haiti was Barranquilla. Shout out, Haiti was the first country that was free, you know what I'm saying? But it's like we have a lot of those roots, and that being like Santeria. So it's like Santeria actually like teaches you certain stories and everything. And so, like, you know what I'm saying, it's like you got a battle between, you know what I'm saying, what you taking in, what you learning, and what you seeing at the real time, because everything is a test. So it's like, like you watch everything like from the culture. I've been, you know what I'm saying, I learned how to speak English from young TV raps, from baseball, from basketball, you know what I'm saying? And that's me being born in Washington Heights, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everything I seen, try to apply it, you know what I'm saying? When I seen when the song was played, I was like, in my head, I was like, I see sacrifices, I see eclipses, I see all of that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we connected, we brought the vision to life, and like, that was it, bro. Like,
Well, for the family who might not understand or might not know what the brother may be referring to, like I said, the brother directed the video Prince, Red and Blue Purple like Prince, the video that we just opened up this episode with. And in that video, we have chicken sacrificing taking place. The roosters is getting sent up. And when me and Shula was building earlier, I said, Shula, I want you to understand that the fact that you put a ritual in the video in the song that was so powerful as Prince. And because visually, me and you, Bill, we went into the barrios of Miami. We went into Little Havana and all of that. We went into on my birthday, I believe. Remember? On 16, on my birthday, I flew down to Miami and we finished shooting that video. And
Machetes out and all that.
I was like, yo, the ancestors blessed you. I was like, the ancestors shined on you because you did that work. Because people think all work is in one ceremonial way, that you got to show up to a party or whatnot and do some kind of things. No, the work is in creation. The work is in creativity. You could do more work with a video by putting a ritual in a video than you could if you did a ritual in a basement where nobody saw it, nobody was exposed to it. So I want you to tell the family, after you did Purple Like Prince, because you did Make for this first.
Yeah.
You did Purple Like Prince. Where has your career taken you, and up to the last person you worked with? Talk back to me.
All right. Well, when I did that, like, it's just, you know, like everybody just started paying attention, because it's like I was at that time I was like in and out of Cool and Dre studio, like working, picked up with Jim Jones. Like he scooped me up and was like, yo, we need to put in this work. And I'm like, cool, because it's like, you know, for a brother like that to give me a chance is immense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and then like, yo, is this and everything, it just picked up. Like the last big video I did was with Rick Ross and Gunplay. I did Nobody's Favorite on that. And then
too. That was a movie, bro.
I appreciate it, King. So like, you know, like, and then even on there, like my normal thing is like, it's like, and I tell artists, I'm like, yo, I don't want to do the typical, let's rob this dude, still like he's gonna take his breaks. This one, we was cutting up we was cutting up this Caucasian man in the tub. We got some Asians cutting them up, you know what I'm saying? And like, you feel me? And it was on some. I didn't want to make it the typical scenario all the time. It's like we got to change it up. We always got to change it up. So, you know, like the same thing in the Jim Jones video. In the Jim Jones video I did with Rick Ross, we opened up in a Santeria shop. That's actually because of that video I got to do the video for Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? We opened up
do the video with Fat Joe with the Santeria too.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, but we did it before. We did it before. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, you've been going Santeria crazy.
But you know what I'm saying? Because it's like even the basis of Santeria right now, Santeria, you gotta mask it in front of a white saint, and it's like that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's time to put them in the front. You know what I'm saying? So like we did that, and then I ain't gonna lie, man. Like we changed the subject on it. We said instead of you know what I'm saying, Rick Ross got a boat. Let's pick up 13 bricks or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? What we did was like, all right, look, we don't want to do the bricks. Like we showed the bricks, and it was like, no, we don't want that. We want you to go pick up our refugees. So in the video, we picking up refugees. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, you know, and again, I did that, got the Ross video. You know what I'm saying? So another blessing came from it. So
nah, come on, keep on Jacob's ladder. Keep climbing up the ladder. You don't want to climb the ladder. Go ahead, keep rolling up the thing. I saw you with Elliot Wilson the other day. Talk back to me, man.
Yeah.
We in a barbershop right now. Don't be. I know you.
But it's like, you know, like Elliot Wilson, and it's crazy. He's half Ecuadorian. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like, you know what I mean. But it's like we talk about everything. Like we talk about like even the history of Ecuador. I'm like, oh man, you know, like the flag came from Haiti. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we talk. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's dope that like. You know what I'm saying? Like I get in there and the knowledge is there, bro. Like the people, they know, and it's just almost like a frequency. You got to tune into that radio. You know what I'm saying? And the signal is out there. It's just, you know what I'm saying, how you gonna apply it. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, like Elliot, shout out to Elliot Wilson. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my man. Every time he come to Miami, you know.
Who are y'all shooting?
Lil Wayne.
Okay. You didn't
Lil Wayne, yeah. Come on, you know,
How was that experience with Wayne?
No, it was dope, man. Wayne's like blew us away with the new album. You know,
you did car test. You shot car test. That was
the car test. It's just amazing, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just being around that energy of legends, and you know, Elliot Wilson is a gatekeeper when it comes to music and the culture for a long time, from the Source to Double XL. Me being a little kid reading that stuff and then actually get to work with these people is amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Wait a minute. You went to the Rock Nation brunch, right?
Yeah, a couple times.
Come on. Niggas,
but it's like, all right, cool. Yeah, you know, I've gone to the Rock Nation brunch twice with Jim. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you were 2 times at the Rock Nation brunch.
Yeah, with Jim. You know what I'm saying?
Look, let me explain something, Shula, real quick though. It's some dudes right now getting in touch with organ traffickers. There's conversations being had online right now. Niggas is negotiating livers and lungs to get into Rock Nation brunch. I'm dead serious.
That's crazy.
And that selfie is like getting signed right now. Real talk.
Nah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I mean, there's some people, they could play themselves and try to take a photo with the big homie and all of that stuff. You don't know him and all that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, but it's like normal rules you should apply to in your regular life, man. Like regular codes, where it's just like, yo, bro, if you don't know somebody like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know, like you be around the circle or whatever, but it's like, you know, just your work will speak for yourself, and they'll come knocking at your door if your work actually, you know what I'm saying? And whatever you're doing, whatever degree you putting out into the world, it's your work. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right. Well, we're gonna get back to Shula.
I'm gonna go for a quick second, but I just installed it on my phone, so like, you know what I'm saying? When I'm riding, I'm gonna get on the phone again.
No doubt, my brother.
Yo, but peace to y'all too, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I appreciate y'all for real. And everybody doing their work, y'all putting in, like, y'all just don't know. Like, yo, it's just like you never know what conversations is gonna spark who's mind, man. Cause it's like I told you, like I listened to y'all like every day in Atlanta, bro. It helped me detox. It didn't help me like I wasn't on no drug addiction, none of that BS, but it's just the life, that fast life in Miami. Just I had to like detox from that. You know what I'm saying? And it helped me like crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I just appreciate it always, bro. Y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
before you leave, being that you're an insider, you're somebody that's actually in the industry, like not somebody who's saying it. Someone who, if y'all go and watch all of Jim Jones' videos and look for Shula the Don. Anything, and whenever you see in your mind when his video quality completely stepped up, and when you see Fat Joe and Rick Ross in those movie-like videos, you're looking at the director right here. I just want you to share, what are they saying about the brothers, you know, in the industry? Are they familiar with the works of Red and Blue, Know the Ledge and stuff?
Yeah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like a lot of times in the talks, be like, yeah, I've seen that page. I've seen that, you know what I'm saying, them talks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially when Jim, when we had just landed from, it's crazy. It was when it was doing the Malcolm X parade, right? We just landed. We just landed, bro, from New Orleans, like dead tired. Yo, we seen the parade. Like Jim just looks like, yo, I gotta get off. We started walking in the parade too. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I told yo, my man's be over here. He's like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like I seen the cast before. You know what I'm saying? They talk, everything is just like it's funny how like in certain, you know what I'm saying, certain rooms or whatever, you'll hear these convos, bro. Like, so like I said, like, don't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this ain't a little platform, bro. It's not nothing small, bro. Like, it's major and it's super dope of all the information that's being pumped out, man, because we need that. We need that re-education. We need that reprogramming. We need all of that, bro. Like, we need it. Like, it's not even like a luxury or nothing. It's like a need. It's like, yo, you need to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying? It's a need. Like, it's like just that word itself, a need. It's a need, my brother. Like, it's a need. Trust me, bro. Like, everything. Now it's crazy because you see it, brothers just talking about CMOS. Like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, wait till you hear Jay Electronica and Jay-Z.
What? Huh?
Wait till you hear Watch the Throne Part 2 with Jay-Z and Jay Electronica.
Can't wait.
You retarded.
I'm a little. I ain't gonna lie. I was a little mad at Jay Electronica for taking 10 years. You feel me? But
that's all right.
I forgive it. It's out. Is, you know what I'm saying? It's coming out. So you gotta, you know what I mean. And what I'm happy is that it's all new music. So that's what I'm really happy about. But yo, bro, I got to jet real quick, my brothers.
All
But
right, man. And
again, I can't thank y'all. I can't thank y'all enough, bro. For real.
All right, my brother. Peace.
Peace to the
Peace.
All right, peace. All right, so we have my good brother Trillionaire Trav in the building. Trillionaire Trav, talk black to me, man. Let the family know who you are. Let them know that ASHY the Class C Heru journey that you've been on, your entry into consciousness and where it has taken you. And yeah, you already know.
Yeah, man. Well, shouts out to Red and Blue, the platform, and letting us, share our experience up here. That's very big, very powerful that people from our community too see that. You know what I'm saying, because y'all are well known. Y'all put it down for real, and we've been, shouts out to Heru, my partner. We kind of came up on this journey together. Even though prior he spoke about being a part of the 5% Nation, and I went through that journey too. But before that, what I'm saying, my mom was very socially conscious. I had to go through back then, knowing about the transition according to the Mayan calendar, 12/12, going back into the golden age. Prior to that, I saw the awakening. I knew that was coming based off of my studies. I was kind of born into consciousness in a way. My mom even had her own Black Union at North Valley. She has her own college scholarships for children from the inner city. So I was kind of born into the whole conscious thing, but it was like ahead of our time. My mom had the Gumby, like Nefertiti. Yeah. I'd hold that about, snapping was the way of the day back then. So they would jump right on my mom. I got the slope and the Gumby, and now to where that is a sense of pride now, So, I would like to say, I was always conscious, but it went from just being pro-Black to learning the higher mysteries, the 5% information that was brought forth by Clarence. So I became a 5%er at the age of 11. That was in 1981. So 1981. Yeah, I'm 40 now. So that was a while ago. And I like I said, a lot of the stuff I was talking the pale white horse, joints like that. Nobody was up on what I was up on. And what happened was, as when I had Rue, I had kind of graduated from what we would consider the 5% information, which is knowledge with understanding. And I had came across Dr. York's information.
Yes.
And
that's York narrative.
The master teacher, because a lot of people, we do know, as in your series, I want to get into that a little bit, the Black Messiah, and how one of the first ways they castrate us and put us off is through the whole rape thing, molestation thing. It's an art of war, So not to say that I know exactly what happened, but to make a long story short, that was who I considered my master teacher at the time, Dr. Malachi York. And what Dr. Malachi York had taught me at that time was that, okay, you had knowledge, wisdom, and understanding when you start at the 1, but when you start at the 0, you have that nothingness, and then knowledge, wisdom becomes overstanding because now you're living it and you're not leaving out the essence of nothingness. So
because negative space,
right?
The negative space, because you come from out of the negative space. You eat from the nothingness.
The waters of noon.
Yes,
we would call it in the Kemetic science. And then I got even deeper further, and I could take it back further than noon, but without diving too much into esoteric information, around 95, 96, I just was running around with that York information, and it was like I was so galactic with it. I started to build a following in my local community, just from the information that I was spewing. So I cultivated that information. After a while, York went through his situation, and I didn't really lose my way, but I kind of lost faith in the whole conscious community until I came across pretty much you guys, Sonetta, the whole, Dr. Phil Valentine, Dr. Blair. And prior to that, what I saw was, like the brother said earlier, there was a lot of poor righteous teaching. And, for individuals such as ourselves, and now me being a part of mystery systems such as EFI, I'm learning that, that the heavenly realm is just a mental visualization of where we came from and where we're going, or what we would consider the Akashic records. But there's also a practical reality that we must participate in. And that's based on abundance and prosperity. Without abundance and prosperity, we can't actually maximize our spiritual potential. Being a slave to the system and working on the clock and being on other people's time doesn't allow you to ascend from a vibrational frequency level, because you're basing your whole life based around, for one, the clock time, which is an illusion, right? Also, you're basing it around what you were taught to learn, which is pretty much the system. You know what I'm saying? Go to school, graduate, go to college, get a degree, make sure you get good grades, get out of college, work for the European until you basically die.
Basically.
And that was the system. So, what really shifted my mind was, I'm not even going to hold you, the ISIS papers in 98.
Mm-hmm.
In 1998, I read the ISIS papers, and it was funny because it was given to me by my mom's boyfriend at the time, who I really didn't like this dude.
Melvin.
You could say that, Melvin from Baby Boy. Yeah, I ain't like this dude, man. But I always when I look back, he gave me two things that changed my life. He gave me the Nas album, the Illmatic album, and he gave me the ISIS papers. He gave me those two things on the same day.
He cared for you, my nigga. Yo, hold on. Outside of all of the tough love or whatever, he probably was an a-hole. He cared for you. He cared for you that day.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it wasn't even that he was an a-hole. I just wasn't used to my mom being with guys.
Somebody, yeah, exactly.
I didn't like that. But as I'm older, I realized, it's a part of the process, and my mom deserved to be loved by a king like dude, because he also taught me how to play chess too, which opened up my barattery and helped me see life in a different aspect. So shouts out to that brother. Yeah, man, the ISIS papers is what really did it for me. And I knew at that time I knew it was a system at play, and I knew it was based on my genetic material and me and our people, not just me, but our people uprising and being our greater selves based on who we are from a DNA perspective.
Okay.
And that's what kind of blew the doors open for me. And like I said, man, I've been kind of born in the whole conscious community. My mom used to make me after school, shouts out to my mom, I would have to do reports on African kings and queens, and I knew about Mansa Musa and Abu Khari and all these people because my mother would make me do some extracurricular homework. And she would say, well, you need, even though you're learning that in school, you need to learn this. And that shit used to piss me off so bad that I ran away at 15. At 15 years old, I ran away because my friends was able to smoke in the crib. They was able to go outside whenever they wanted. They came in whenever they wanted. I had to be in when the street lights was on. My mom gave me a bunch of what I would look at now today as structure. But as the only child, I was also a rebel because my friends was able to do things that I wasn't able to do, which led me to the streets. And my mom wasn't trying to hear that. So, she kind of changed the locks on me at 15 when she found some hard in my pocket.
Yeah.
So that was it for me. From that day forth, I kind of been in the streets. And what I learned through my travels in the streets is that even though I was conscious at the time, and I was in the streets, I was living what they would call it was like a cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
I knew I was better than the things I was doing, but the manifestations and the things that I was partaking in were of the lower self. And after doing a couple bids, nothing long, I did 18 months once and 9 months once. That made me, that last bid I did, I lost everything. You know, there was a time I was making $7,000 a day before 4 p.m. And I don't want to talk about what I was doing because I don't want to glorify what I was doing because I'm back to the bag again.
Yeah.
But I was making a lot of money at one time. And what I realized when this is how I know time is an illusion, because I felt like I was balling for a lifetime. But it was actually one summer. It was one summer where I made a lot of, so I put all this work in just to have a run for 2 months, basically.
Yeah.
It was all over. You know, everything I had was confiscated. My 2 cars was confiscated. I lost the female I was with. I lost my family. And that's when I realized, you know, when I come home, I got to actually step into my God self and do the things that I was taught by my mother, which was right and exact. Because as I was building with the OGs in prison, they was kind of putting me in my place. Like, young blood, you real smart, man. You need to go out there and do what you was sent here to do. And, you know, my leaf flipped over in prison, kind of. When I came home a different individual. The first thing I was introduced to was network marketing, which is where I met in the streets. I never met millionaires. I'm just keeping it 1,000. I met people who was making money, but they weren't millionaires. So when I came home from that last bid, I immediately jumped into what was considered what is network marketing, and that kind of changed my whole outlook, not only on how I saw life, but how I saw people of color. Because network marketing is based on culture and environment, and we push the needle when it comes to the culture or what's cool and what's not. So if you look at multi-level marketing or network marketing, what you'll notice is the companies that's winning have the most people of color. And not only that, the 70% of the millionaires in network marketing are women. So with that being said, that's what kind of changed my outlook on life. I've met more people making $30,000 and $40,000 a week in network marketing than I ever did in what I would consider my environment or my community. Yeah. And, you know, that's what kind of got me into what I'm doing now. I took the whole platform of network marketing and applied it to what I'm doing now, which is sports trading.
Break that down for the family.
Okay, so pretty much what I do is I teach people to trade sports the same way you would trade Bitcoin on the market, or you would trade Forex or binary. Now, what that is actually leveraging foreign currencies against each other for a profit margin. So that's what the guys that on Wall Street do. But what I realized was it's really just a stolen legacy, like they do everything else. Right. We started the lotto. We started trading commodities, different commodities, and leveraging these different commodities for a profit margin. And we would call it running numbers. A lot of people don't know the lotto is stolen from the urban culture. It was a lifestyle for us that we called running numbers, that they saw we wasn't paying taxes on. They came in, raided us. You know what they did? Wiped us out as far as the whole Black Wall Street thing, and then they monetized it, taxed it, and now they call it the lotto.
That's
so
right.
So they pretty much robbed us of, and this is how Black Street was built. It was built on the leverage of currencies, different type of currencies and different type of metals and stones and jewels and things of this nature. So with that being said, I said, you know what? I just had one day, I ain't even gonna front. You know, it just came to me, like I woke up out of a dream, and I'm like, yo, because I was already betting sports, and notice I'm saying betting, and now I say I trade sports. I was already betting sports, because in where I'm from, in our local community, every corner store has a bookie machine. I know it's not like that for everybody, but most of the corner stores we walk in, you can actually go head to head with the bookie right there. And I'm talking about they pay out 20, 30,000. You know, my biggest ticket I ever hit, I turned a $10 ticket the day before Christmas into 12 racks. And that right there kind of said, I said, okay, maybe I could do this forever. And then what I had to do, I jumped into the Forex markets because I wanted to learn what is the difference between gambling and trading. And then as I mastered and I started to study Forex, I learned about risk management. I learned about leveraging the markets. I learned about trends and reversals, and I learned about resistance and the top and bottom line. And then when I looked at the sports markets, I saw it was the same exact thing. But what I realized that our people was doing in the inner city was we were gambling and we was not investing. We knew nothing about risk management. We would actually go in the store, and when we put the games on the ticket, we would kind of almost guess how much we was going to bet based on how much this ticket pays. So we would look at the ticket and be like, how much does it pay? $415. Oh, nah, add another team. Or nah, I'm gonna put $30 more. And that's a form of gambling.
Mm-hmm.
So when I seen what these white boys was doing, I'm like, hold up. They stole our drip for one. And then I said, check this out. With this sports heavily like Big said, you either got you ever selling crack rap or you got a wicked jump shot.
Wicked jump shot.
So I said, damn, I know it's this Forex thing for everybody because it's not a part of our culture. You know, learning Forex is almost like going to college. And you got to put in that 4 years before you start moving real money. So for people out there, I get people that hit me up about Forex all the time. And I'm trying to tell them, you need to start here where you're familiar. Instead of trading US CAD, UCAD, which is the Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen, which you know nothing about. Why don't you trade the Eagles versus the Giants? Because you know that shit. You know, why don't you trade the Lakers versus Minnesota? Because you know that shit. And it's the same system. So what I realize is if I can kind of get our people to look at sports as an investment and not just something that we do, you know, and shouts out to Dr. Z York because he also taught me this, and this helped me in the sports trade markets as well. When you're in alignment with the all, you shouldn't have a favorite anything. You see, because a favorite anything, what it does is it takes you out of the all in a real competition, or that left side of the brain we talked about at Facts Initiative, which is singularity. The right side being unification. So me not having a favorite team allowed me to be a great sports bettor. I see a lot of grown men wearing a whole Giant outfit on Sundays and jumping up and down in front of the screen, but has never leveraged the markets to where they actually made money off the Giants when they won, or made money off the Giants when they lost. Because even when teams lose, you can still get paid once you know these markets. So it's not about who actually wins the game. It's about who covers the spread. Now we're talking numbers and algorithms, like you spoke about earlier. So what I am is I'm somebody who actually creates my own algorithms for sports wagering. And I use a Forex mentality, which means risk management and leveraging the markets to the best of my know-how to put the bookie at a disadvantage. So there's times where I may go 1 in 10 in my last 11 trades, but 200% profit. Now, what people got to understand is that that's not going to happen nowhere else in life. You're not going to have 10 real estate. You're not going to have 10 properties, 11 properties, a hater burn down 10 of them, and you able to bounce right back the same day they burn them down by renting out the apartment that's left. It's not going to happen. But I do it damn near every day. There's a lot of days where I lose more trades than I win, but I will 10x my account. So yeah, I mean,
they want to know your name, God.
Trillionaire Trav, trillionaires with a Z at the end .club on Instagram, or you can just put Trillionaire space Trav and I'll come up.
Trillionaire space Trav, like underscore or space?
Nah, just Trav, just space and then Trav. And whether you're probably that my Trillionaires Club page should come up. I also have another page called We Trade Sports _247.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, no dash though. Just Trillionaire Trav, or just put the Trillionaires and put the Z after Trillionaire after the E and put .club. Trillionaires Club. That's my Instagram. You can get right at me.
Right. Trillionaire Trav. And then what else?
Trillionaires Club. And,
www dot.
Said that, yeah. No, that's Instagram. So trillionaires.club, yeah. And if you put in We Trade Sports 247, I'll put the business page will come right up as well. But yeah, man, that's what we're doing. We trade in sports, and the way the system works is I'll consult you. I'll let you copy my trades on a daily basis for a small fee, $100 a month. Now you got to understand that Europeans are charging $1,200 for this service that I'm giving away for $100. Also, I charge $50 a week. So if you want to come in on a lower scale and you like, let me try it for a week, cool.
Yeah. I'm going to interrupt your wisdom. Give me that Trillionaire Trav dot what?
Trillionaires.
It was that. Give me your Instagram first.
Yeah, Trillionaires dot club. So Trillionaires, TRILLIONAIREZ.club.
All right. And what's the other one?
We Trade Sports 247. We Trade Sports _247.
Everybody, please go and sign up to the brother, to his handles. Everyone who is on the gram, if you're not on the gram, if you don't do Instagram, don't worry about it. This is not for you. We'll connect with you another way. You know what I mean? Because you might want to get this game as well. But everyone who contacts him, let him know that you're coming from Know the Ledge. Continue, keep that bridge built. You know what I mean? That's the best way to, make sure that we are both accountable for everything that's taking place. It's almost like a referral. So
right.
Let him know when you holler at him, let him know that you came over from this show.
Facts.
We Trade Sports _247. There we go. That's right. So hit him up, y'all. Hit up the God. The God is doing things. He got his receipts. He ain't just up here talking. He's making things happen. Let me explain where we're at right now in life. The possibility exists that tomorrow or the day after that, which is on a Friday, the President of the United States of America is going to tell the population of America that the possibility of people being quarantined and people not being able to go outside or not being able to go to their jobs or not being able to walk the streets or not being able to ride the public trains or not being able to not answer the door when they come and do a census and they do a health check on everybody. That reality is very much in front of us. I had a conversation with my suppliers today in the wholesale district. These are the people who shop right now in this year. They shopping for next year. He said that the prices that you could buy stuff right now will never be the same. The market is forever changed.
Wow.
It's falling. The coronavirus is wreaking havoc on the markets, and when it lands in America, for everybody that's looking at this, you know what America is about. America is not China. America is not a communist country. The reason why China was able to control those people is because they have an iron fist. America is going to turn upside down when the coronavirus starts wreaking havoc. The possibility of you waking up one day and half of the world not being here, like what the Avengers showed you with the Thanos snap, that reality is more prevalent today than it was yesterday. Okay? There's a case where they said that an African man was cured of the coronavirus because it does not affect Africans. So theoretically, what you could be looking at is a future with 30 days from now or 60 days from now, a majority of the planet who do not look like us, who don't talk like us, walk like us, could be completely gone. Like as if they were never here by a coronavirus that is cleaning up the earth. You don't know what's going on with that virus. And we're calling it coronavirus. We're giving it a name. We're even saying that it could be a biogenetic weapon. we're saying Bill Gates could be behind it. But we're also saying that the ancestors and some unknown people and some unknown forces, and this could be a result of the conjunction of Saturn and Pluto that's written in the stars. And it's cleanup time. And Father Time has come, the watchman. They say time is ticking. And Father Time, the midnight clock has struck 12. Reverend Nigga Daddy said it ain't that serious. I mean, it don't got to be that serious. And that's true because the Ebola virus wasn't that serious. The foot and mouth disease. I don't know nobody that stopped tweeting on Twitter because they had foot and mouth. It wasn't that serious to me. SARS. It wasn't that serious. People on the train were still coughing on each other. Nobody had SARS. They didn't come down with it. So I would say that the coronavirus, I don't know nobody with coronavirus at this point. It's not that serious. It is not that serious. You don't give it the seriousness that it doesn't deserve because you don't know nobody with it yet. You don't create the situation where you could know somebody with it because as of now, you don't know nobody with it. But the way that Donald Trump and the media is going to tell it to you, you know somebody with it. That's how they selling it to you. They're like, nigga, it's in Kansas tomorrow. It's gonna kill somebody you know. And then people are gonna disappear and we're gonna be like, he had the coronavirus. We have to burn him. Didn't you see what they were doing in China? They be like, yo, we're Red Pill. Red had the corona. Red was eating bat soup. And we had to take Red and cure him. Did he make it? Oh, he didn't even make it to the fucking facility. Or, oh yeah, we still got him in quarantine. He's gonna need 40 months. You know what I'm saying? He's batshit crazy. I'm telling y'all, with this president and the way that he's working with China, and y'all don't think that he's working with China, but last week China owned all of the assets that you niggas said they own America. They bought Disneyland. You know, they own all of the Airbnbs though. They own the debt. They own you. The Moors would say, oh, that Manchurian owns you. Well, if they own everything and they bought half of America, do you think they're not in a room when major things are going down? Do you think they're not in a room saying, yo, we're going to act like we got beef? But we trade beef all day. We trade pork. We trade Chinese shit to it, then send it back. A lot of your beef is going there first, and then they send it back. What are they doing to it? They're in bed with China so much that there can never be a perceived beef. You falling for that. What I'm saying is China and America and Turkey and all those other places might say, you know what? We got to slim these numbers up by 50%. Thanos snap these niggas. What's up? They're like, all right, we all down for it. We got insurance on these people anyway. Push the button. Yeah, Ali Muhammad said it started by 5G in Wuhan. Somebody else said it started by 5G in Wuhan. And when I believe that whatever the weapon is that they have weaponized, whatever this quote unquote whatever this virus is going to travel through 5G. When it hits America and they activate 5G, it will travel through 5G because it goes through your eye. It travels through the eyes. It's traveling through all kind of other channels that they can't explain. It's jumping. Why is it that the quote unquote coronavirus is in everywhere where America has ops? Talk to me. Come on. Why are we being naive? It's tearing up everywhere where America got an op. Mm-hmm. And then it didn't jump into America. Are you really believing this shit? Are you really buying this? That it's in the water, like the Game of Thrones scene with Grey Worm and all of them and the Dragon Lady, and they're like, yo, we're gonna form up the armada before we attack the shores. Nigga. It hit Iran It hit Korea. It's hitting Russia. It's washing places where they got smoked, where America got smoked with. Coincidence? I think not. So we have to prepare an aspect. We're going to be in a house. If we get quarantined for weeks, this is one of the most important people in our community that you're meeting right now. You're not going to be able to get them on the phone. You're not going to be able to get them to answer your DMs. You're not going to get them for the price that you could get them now. I'm giving y'all solutions. You know what I'm saying? Those who listen and know what it is, those who are really tuned in and can take advantage of things and have prepared themselves to take advantage of things in the now. You got to remember, some of us are not prepared to move in the now because we got restrictions on us. Sometimes we don't have. You know what I'm talking about? They say today is the first day of Lent. It ain't the first day I had Lent in my pocket, though. How about that? Talk back to me.
Talk black to me, man.
It ain't the first day of Lent in my pocket, though. So I know what it feels. I know what the rabbit ears feel like. But I know it was the Lent in my pocket that put me on the path to where I had bricks in my pocket, phone books in my pocket. I couldn't fold the money, you know. But I'm gonna let you tap in. Continue building, God.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, you know, the whole vision for me and We Trade Sports, man, is to actually put the urban culture in alignment with passive income, and to where if you don't watch sports, like the majority of my following for We Trade Sports is females who don't watch sports at all. What I'm learning is that guys have a lot of ego, for one, and women really about that bag. I know a lot of dudes talk sports all day on Facebook and Instagram. And, you know, when I reach out to them, like, yeah, so, you know, what you doing as far as in the markets, you making money? And they like, what are you talking about? I never heard of that. Then I put them onto the spiel and they're like, oh, okay, that's peace. And it's like, nah, it should be a way of life. Especially when you're a girl watching me online talking about how I made 1,100 on an NFL Sunday, and all she got from you is, you know, an attitude because the Giants lost. Like, you know,
you could have been jumping up and down. Take it off. It's about to go down in this bitch. Because you know that you just made a bag off of even if your team lost. You know what I'm saying?
So usually what happens is those same women reach out to me, like, I don't really watch sports, but I like money. Is there any way I can get involved? And of course it is, because again, what I do is I pretty much do all the work. And every day I allow you to copy all of my signals or all of my trades or all of my bets, as you would call it.
Yeah.
So, your only duty is to know how to actually place these wagers, which is why I give out my personal number, because it's a lifestyle for me. I'm not an inbox guy. You're not going to ask me for information and I must say, well, or check your inbox.
Yeah.
Anybody who really does that, to me, I feel like they have something to hide. I'm going to, first of all, give you the information right there on the wall. But not only that, I'm going to give you my contact, because if you're serious, it's easier to have a 10-minute conversation to try to read something that you don't understand anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get people on the phone.
Numbers are more important than emails. I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's the creme de la creme.
Right. So when you get into something like this, make sure that you're accessible. And that's why a lot of people rock with me, because they can call me immediately and say, I'm not understanding what I'm looking at. I know you taught me and showed me yesterday, but after the first day or two, you're not going to never need me again, because it's really a simple criteria over whether it's a spread wager, a money line wager, or a total. Spread, meaning that a team has to win by a certain amount of points or can't lose by a certain amount of points. Money line, meaning that somebody either has to win or lose the game, so you're wagering on that. And the total is basically an over-under. Is this game going to go over this amount of points or under this amount of points? So again, unlike Forex, where you have all these foreign currencies that you don't even know what you're looking at least here it's real simple. It's either I'm taking this team to win outright, I'm taking this team to cover the spread, or I'm taking them to score more than this. Not only that, this brother is actually giving me the games to take. And with that, that's what we call leveraging somebody else's expertise, which our people have to trust more in our people when it comes to people who are experts at what they do. This is the only way to make what we would consider passive and leverage income that you didn't know nothing about yesterday, but you're able to partake in today and literally make life-changing. And so, that's what I love about it, man. I love the fact that I can help people who don't watch sports, but if you love sports, it's even more intriguing because this is something that you should be doing. And another thing too is that we all got, we got family members who play sports and go to college, but it's seldom and it's rare that somebody out your family makes it to the NFL or to the NBA. But they still have the love for the game. They still at the Y shooting the ball. They still coaching Pop Warner teams. Well, I'm telling those same individuals, you should either be two things if you don't make it to the league, because you have an immense amount of knowledge in sports. You should be a sports agent, right? Which is one. Or you should be investing in the sports markets, because the sports markets, trading sports, is an $80 billion a year industry. Now, I want to say this. It's an $80 billion a year industry. And NBA is 80% black. NFL is 75% black. Baseball is 67% black. When we start talking about Dominicans and Cubans, when we talk about melanated people, we're not separating our people because of a language barrier. We're talking about melanin in the skin. You're talking about baseball is 67% black. So you got all these sports where we're over 60% of the populace, $80 billion a year industry, and I can't really name 10 brothers who invest in sports.
You feel me? And that's what it goes back to the conversation that I was having, that the former owners of these talented, gifted black men and women have devised a racket system, a Ponzi scheme, you understand, a scam, a finesse on how to make money and fiat and all kind of riches off of every single move that one of us do inside of their industries, inside of their systems, and inside of their quote unquote corridors of business.
Right.
Contracts, through their binding contracts, their legalese, right? Through their binding contracts, where they lock you in and basically bind you legally with a pen. They can put you in slavery with a pen. They could put you in a perpetual bond. They could put you in perpetual slavery, a chain gang. They could put you on a goddamn chain gang. They could put you on a death row. They could put you in a debtor's prison. They could put you on a barge in the middle of the water. They could put you in an Antarctica, right? These are the things that they're able to do if they want to, with a pen. So you have to understand the power of the pen, and you have to get in touch with those who have mastered, like Trav said. You have to tap into the experts amongst you. Mm-hmm. You have to tap into those amongst you who are qualified, who are experts in those fields in order to move forward. That's how people who are successful, they're not using all of their time to try to learn and try to master and try to outwit, when there's a room full of people who are outfitted to do that work. It's called Fiverr.com. It's called peopleperhour.com. It's called Upwork.com. Get with the program. We don't want to talk down to nobody, but you got to get with the times. You got to understand the times that we're living in. There's a gig economy out there. People is out here gigging. They're not out here just jigging. They're not out here just jugging. They out here gigging. They're working. They're putting in their work. And people pay for expertise these days and times. People subscribe to expertise these days and times. And one of the most highest value form of expertise is intellectual property. So for every single brother who has taken their time, who have studied, who have took their due diligence to master the information and put it in the form of a formula. You have to monetize and add value to everything that you're doing because everybody is doing it and everybody's going to come behind you and do it. And you're a fool if you were to think that that's not what you're supposed to do because it's a current and current is an energy. And it's almost like it's almost like talking backwards when we have these conversations because we should assume that all of us are old enough and more mature and evolved enough and we're at a higher level of learning to whereas we know what this is. But sometimes we got to remind ourselves.
That's a fact. I just want to say something too to the people because I realize this is definitely is non-cypher when it comes to our people. I want to say that the brother spoke about currency. The currency is a form of energy, and energy can't be contained. And one thing about our people is we have to learn the difference between spending and circulating.
That's right. Even terminology.
Right. You're either selling or you're being sold.
Facts.
And one thing I hear from a lot of our people, now watch this. This is crazy, but I learned this as a network marketer, and this is why so many of us struggle. Because this is what we'll say. As long as I ain't got to sell nothing, I'll do it. Well, family, I'm here to tell you that you've been selling all your life. You sold yourself to get the interview. You sold by filling out the application. Then when you went to get the job, you sold yourself by putting on some nice cologne.
That's right.
Putting on a shirt that you never really wear. You don't wear this type of clothing, but you put it on today because you got an interview. You sold yourself. So you'll sell everything but something to build that generational wealth or to free your family. And that's based on a certain amount. That's cognitive dissonance because as the only way to actually make money is to actually put it out into the universe. To let the money come back, you have to actually make a way for the money to come back to you. This is why, for me, I'm always using my money to make more money. This is the only reason I haven't worked a job in 7 years. I will never, ever in my life, as long as sports is on, work a job. Why? Never. Because my job is my mindset. I'm really a God for real. I believe it. I know it. So to know it and to believe it and to manifest godly manifestations based on etheric energy or mentalism is true power. I would never work my body for 40 hours a week to make $10 an hour when that's 10 out. Like, for example, today I really didn't do too much, but I made $200. It was 202 people who paid for the services. But for somebody with a job that even makes $20 an hour, which you would consider as good pay, you're going to make the 200 plus they're going to tax you at 40%. So you're really going to make 160 today. But it took 10 hours of your time, and all it took for me was to look over an algorithm, go into my laptop, take these games, boom, 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 and that took me about 4 to 5 minutes. So I made more than the person that's making $20 an hour, working 10 hours today in 5 minutes.
Hold on. Your thing is whatever you hit.
Yeah, no, you're right. I know what it was.
It's sounding crazy.
Yeah, I'm being packed.
Diving board.
Yeah, that was me. That was me tapping on the chair. But again, I want to say, man, that our people have to learn to invest and not spend, man. Okay, spending means you have no intentions on getting your dollar back.
Yo, Lord, not to cut your wisdom, but did you speak on the residual aspect of We Trade Sports?
Nah, I didn't get into the residual aspect.
Yeah, get into the residual because it's a lot more than what you're saying. Like, you don't actually, when We Trade Sports, you don't actually have to tap in and say, okay, I'm going to sign up and I'm going to, trade sports. You can actually just bring people that would like to do this business and make a residual income off of this. Speak about how you can make residual income off of We Trade Sports. Okay,
cool. So Red, like how Red got the handles up now. For every person that sends the $100, I'm going to immediately shoot Red 40. So let's say 10 people tonight want to do We Trade Sports tomorrow. Then Red is going to make $400 tomorrow. Not only will he make $400 tomorrow, when you pay again next month the $100, he's going to make the same $400 from the same 10 people.
Right.
So with that being said, and I'm just going to give you a quick, let's quantify or deal with compound multiplicity, and shouts out for the Lord to actually making me go in my bag. And I just want to show you the vision on how easy it is to become a multimillionaire in today's economy. Watch this. Listen closely. Don't miss the drip. My vision for We Trade Sports is to get 20 people from 50 states that like sports and love money. That's 1,000 people, right?
Yeah.
That's actually, that's 1,000 people. Now, 1,000 people paying me $100 a month is how much?
100 racks.
100 racks a month.
Right. Yeah.
A residual income. That means as long as I'm producing, next month they're going to send $100 again. My point is that it's very simple with Instagram and Facebook to get 1,000 people. So let's say even Red refers 1,000 people. Once it gets to a certain point, me and Red will be sitting down and discussing numbers, and I'll bring him in to the actual whole fold of the business. But let's just say Red was like, I'm doing a lot, bro. Just send me my $40. I'm good. Then Red would be making $40,000 a month in residual income times 12.
That's good.
That's 480 bands of passive income, and Red might not even watch one game this year, but he has an internet following. He has a social media following. He has a platform. So my point is that this is how the rich get rich, by actually tapping into residual systems. I'm giving you a system that Europeans is not going to give you. This is what Europeans do for sports, and I've already compared and contrasted. This is why the numbers I'm giving is for the people. To do the same thing I'm doing, if you go through these Europeans, whether they're from Vegas or wherever they're from, they're going to charge you about $1,200 a month or $500 a week. My point is, I'm charging you $100. I'm charging you $400 less than they would charge you a week for a month. That's one. For two, they're not going to pay you for referrals, right? So here I am charging $100, trying to look out for the people. But honestly, at the end of the day, I'm also looking out for myself because I understand the power of residual income. And the easiest way to get rich in today's society is get a little bit of money from a lot of people. And here's where y'all go broke. You're trying to make a lot of money with a little bit of people.
There you go.
And that you're really spirit cooking or alcohol or what we would call transmutation. You're really doing it in a way that's actually not serving you, but destroying the very fiber of your being because of greed and envy and ego. So if you have a black brother like myself, melanated brother, Moorish brother, whatever you consider me, I say I am that I am. I'm indigenous to this motherfucking universe. But I want you guys to understand the power of leveraging residual income. There's a difference between residual and linear. What's linear income? Linear means I have to involve my body based on a certain amount of hours to produce a certain amount of income. So even if you make $20 an hour, if you work 24 hours a day, which is almost impossible, you're still only going to make $480. For me, that's 5 signups. So my point is, think about what we're doing. Think about what sports means to the urban culture, and think about how you fit into that paradigm. And shouts out to Red for he could have took this stuff and said, "Yo, bro, this is amazing. I'm gonna keep this to myself." But bro understands the power of making a little bit of money from a lot of people.
And I know that my network is lit. You know what I mean? When it comes to making moves and making money and making things make sense when it's able to be broken down to them. You know what I mean? Right. They do the real. So they're gonna make their next move, their best move, and we're gonna make this thing do what it do. And I know that what tomorrow was being promised is not promised. So we need to move now and make money now, because God damn it, when they start hitting them stores, You better be able to stack up your bread. You better be able to stack up your food. You better be able to take 2 weeks off of work and whatnot if need be, if there's a quarantine, and you can still feed your family. And that's not to push no fear on nobody, but the way that this thing is set up right now is showing the people that you got to be ready. This is about being prepared. This is about utilizing what they call the shoal principle. The shoal, when fishes are swimming together, it's called a school of fish. A school of fish. When they move together, it's called a shoal of fish. All right. In the realm of occult magic, in the realm of chaos magic, it's the shoal probability that the more things that you throw at the wall, the more chances you got for hitting it. You feel me?
Yes.
We don't deal with lack in the computer world, in the digital world of numbers. We don't deal with scarcity. We deal with abundance. We deal with abundance. We throwing everything at the goddamn wall, and we know that we're gonna make it hit.
Right.
So we cannot limit ourselves. There's no reason why we should limit ourselves. There's 400 people watching right now in the middle of the night after 12 midnight. You feel me? So there's no reason that we the numbers are, there are people that are doing more with less. Keep that in mind. There are people that are doing a lot more with a lot less. So the brother Trillionaire Trav, he has many solutions. He's a part of the Facts Initiative, as well as my good brother Heru. He's a part of the Facts Initiative. Moves are being made. We have other guests who came through tonight, and we also have some other guests that we're waiting on. And you know, we here. I wish Blue Pill could get up here and let you know how he's going from ASHY to Classy, the powerful things that he's doing in the CBD field and whatnot. We just had some meetings in New York and whatnot. You know, we just had a studio session last night and whatnot. Yeah. I wish you would have booked that studio in goddamn Connecticut after the fact. We would have been able to.
Classic, yo.
We would have been able to talk that legend talk.
I want to mention something. It's something that we say in We Trade Sports. Don't miss the signals, because if you miss the signals, you're gonna be sick in the morning when the ticket cash out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something. I be missing the signals, but what I don't miss is everybody in my downline. They don't miss the signal, and they sign up. They pay. It's a reoccurring payment, and they pay next month. So on actuality, I don't miss the signal because I put somebody else on. But that is the slogan. Don't miss the signal. We Trade Sports 24/7. Make sure you get to that joint, man, and sign up to We Trade Sports, man, for real.
That's right.
Word.
No, we're gonna be bringing more people to our roundtable discussions on Know the Ledge Radio, on Know the Ledge Media. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now, so you can catch all of the content that's coming out of Know the Ledge Media. Look out for our app rollouts. We have some powerful things coming up. We have an event coming up next month. It's going to be a pop-up event in Harlem. It's going to be a film release for Christ Consciousness. It's going to be a pop-up shop alongside KTL, Kings County, brother Blue with the Goldwater. All of our brands coming together for pop-up, and it's also going to be a celebration of life, a baby shower for a young red pill coming to this planet. You know
what? Okay, right?
Yeah, we're gonna turn up. We're gonna turn up. That's coming next month in March, the March of the Eyes. You know what I mean? And the March of Eyes. Either the March of Eyes or early April, but we'll let the family know. But yeah, we got some shit in the pot. And it's also going to be the launching of our 3 apps. How could I forget that? It's going to also be the launching of our 3 apps. So we have a lot of things. This is going to be a 10-hour event for the family. We'll have tickets. We'll have everything rolling out to tell the family. We're going to be previewing music for Scorpio King 2. We might even have a new video for y'all at that time. So stay tuned. Look out for that. We have Facts Initiative coming for the Mother's Day. All right. We have Facts Initiative on Mother's Day. And what state, Heru?
We going to D.C. We'll be in Washington, D.C. Shouts out to Kingza. Kingza out there in D.C. We doing it for the mothers. We just basically, it's men celebrating women in the arts and entrepreneurship, and it all ties into Facts Initiative and taking that initiative. Matter of fact, that same week is Broccoli Fest. If anybody familiar with Broccoli Fest is going on May 9th, May 10th, which is the following day, Mother's Day. Facts Initiative, Mama Pill, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Trillionaire Trav, Sabrina Wright, some other names. I'm not gonna let the cat out the bag till y'all see the flyer. But we around, man. Atlanta, we going down there in Atlanta, Smoke and Get Rich, Smoke and Grow Rich, along with the Facts Initiative, April 24th in Atlanta. You know what I mean? So we around, man. Shouts out to the whole Kings County, man. You know what I'm saying? And KTL for popping off the Facts Initiative in Connecticut, the first leg. And Connecticut is no, you know what I'm saying, it's no stranger to the Facts Initiative. If you look back, it's all documented. 2016, Facts Initiative was in Connecticut, which is a success. You know what I'm saying? Mad seeds was planted, and you see the growth of the seeds right before you.
Oh no, y'all watered, the life watered those seeds, and those seeds grew. And I have to be, I'm solution based, I'm result driven. I need the world to see the result of brothers who got the information, did something with the information, doing stuff with the information, ain't slowing down. You know, that's important. There's people that are watching and need to see that. You feel me?
Yes.
You mentioned Kings County. I want to show the family this real quick, y'all. I want y'all to know that we are in the building. We are in the business of wholesaling and bulk. Okay. I need the family who are ready to get serious about taking advantage of what we have available, the access that we have.
She like the way that I dance.
Yeah, I can hear
She like the way that I rock. She like the way that I walk. She let it clap on next.
Go support Brooklyn for Life. I had a dope smoothie had an all Seymour smoothie. That's the Styles P and them, Angela Yee. You know, hold on, what's going on? Yeah, it's pop. It's doing pop heavy.
Just touch my soul, man.
Wants to open one of these in your food desert. The juice bar, one of the best ways to make some bread and tap in to your community and to save your people. A juice bar, very simple. Who wants that? That's Facts Initiative. You will find out how you can open your own juice bar from people who actually have done that. Who has signed up to the That's the juice bar. Now this is just a few could turn into profit. You know, we want to shop. This is what we want, right? We want to go shopping and buy in bulk with thousands of dollars. We want to shop as a conglomerate. We want to shop as a group. We want to shop because I'm telling you, they told me that if you don't buy in bulk right now, you're going to be paying top dollars for everything. Nothing is going to be the same because China and everything is upside down and the market is about to crash. So inventory, one of the things about cotton is not going to depreciate in value. And you can always hold your money. You can freeze your money by investing it into cotton. While you're waiting for your reparations, invest in cotton. I'm trying to explain something. I'm trying to give you the game. So when we go into these places, we spend about $1,000. I want to go into these $1,000. You're never gonna buy enough stuff that these places have. You feel me? So we gotta shop like big dogs. All right? Don't hit me up and be like, yo, Rug, nigga, I'm the plug. I'm letting you know. See screen? Oh, there you go. I'm the plug. We going to China. We going to Vietnam. We going to mad different places, and we going to shop. We can't think. We gotta be on our woo shit. We cannot think minimum or minimal. Like Trav said, how much money people make in a day? Oh, they blocking it out. What they doing? Are they blocking my stuff?
It looked like it.
All right, hold on. Let me stop that. Let me try to go back. I can't stop. Yeah, don't block the claw. So they talking about meet the woo, meet the plug. Do y'all see all of this cloth?
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all see all of this cloth? Like, I don't know how people's eyes are not trained, but this is all bread. This is all cloth. And my thing is this: let's work together instead of working against each other. It's more power in that. We could run up in these spots. They don't respect us individually. They looking at you like you corny if you're trying to come up on your own. They don't respect that because that's not how they get into the bag. They get into the bag by working together. They get into the bag by putting money in a pot together. And it's them against you. That's how they move it. It's them against you. They not letting nobody trade on them. So it's supposed to be us against them. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
It gotta be us against them. We gotta get all of this stuff until we make it ourselves. But we gotta start from somewhere. People be wanting to jump. They niggas be wanting to learn how to fly before they even grew some wings. If you young and you live in any hood, I already did the hood is in here. Strict about no one Daggington. Take you through the Instagram stories to show you what we're doing. But you know, we got some hold on. I'm gonna let Heru show the family what he got in the jewelry and whatnot, because people are always asking about these jewels and whatnot. But yeah, it's time to really come together as a conglomerate. I'm looking for a few good investors out there, a few good men and women, a few good people who are ready to put their money where their mouth is. People who understand that you could turn cotton to profit. People talk about, oh, they had us picking cotton. Well, the cotton is picked, my nigga, and it's selling right now. What was you saying? Like, the cotton is picked. You supposed to be jugging to get it back, my guy. What are you talking about? I don't hear nobody putting in no cotton request inside of their reparation argument. And the cotton is the real money. Cotton freezes the dollar. If your dollar depreciates, the cotton don't. So give me 1 minute real quick. Let me go get some cloth. Let me get some cotton. Show your thing right there. Hey, Rue.
Big boy drip.
I'll be back. Let them see that drip.
Big boy drip. We got that. Definitely big shit, still big joints. Yeah, what's that quartz right here? A lot more where that came from. Shouts out to the family, man. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the fam. Yo, Lordy. Heru. Nah, I was just seeing if I could hear you or whatever, just in case you were trying to say something.
Nah, I was just showing the family the drip, man, and how we doing it.
Yeah, we definitely got the Jewels of the Now
copper.
On jewelry company, man. Jewels of the Now. Got the big boy joints, you know what I'm saying? These are basically for men, as you can see, the big heavy joints with the heavy balls around the neck piece. As you can see, Heru got the crush, the amethyst on. I got the quartz crystal. You know what I'm saying? We vibing high, and a lot of times these things, when you get them from us, though, it's not like just buying jewelry. You know what I'm saying? These things are gonna be prayed over. They're definitely gonna be touched with that. We're gonna give it that alchemical touch, basically. Yeah, we're gonna give you that cloth. So yeah, we
So look, y'all. I'm just giving. Oh, finish your thing, man. Pardon self. Do you think?
Nah, I saw good low. You know what I'm saying? It was just a filler.
Yeah, I don't cut
it. Just showing them the major drip and how we coming through each city, man. You could tap into the, you know what I'm saying, tap into the marketplace, go in one of the DMs. You know what I mean? You can hit Trillionaire Trav, hit brother Haru, brother_Haru. You know what I mean? To get that major drip. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you see that Facts Initiative, we'll definitely be in the building, you know what I'm saying, as a vendor. You know what I mean? Presentations in the whole nine, man. Yo, Lo, I'm definitely tapping into this cotton that you're talking about. Like, I'm tapping in. I gave you that call earlier. I was waiting for you to hit me back, see what that bag is like.
Yeah, when we get up the show, I'm gonna connect with you so we could talk about this cloth. I think after you see these pieces that I'm about to put up right here, then you really gonna want to get me on the. Nah, for real.
That's what I'm talking about, Lo.
For real.
I know you from the Show Me State too.
You already know that. Let me get my Instagram handle real quick so I could give it to the family. Everyone, I need y'all to hit that Instagram. There you go, right there. Make sure you sign up to the page if you want to build, hit me on a DM. And like Trav said, we go right to the Zoom or I call you on the phone. This is hemp, y'all. This is hemp. This is that good energy that, you know what I mean? That's that CBD. It's medicinal. So yeah. We have a new website coming out. And I had some of my designers send me some samples with some new stuff. I'm putting it out there that I'm looking for new designers, and I'm also looking for some people who want to start doing some pressing, some manufacturing, some production out of their cribs. I'm gonna open up a budget to start paying for gigs because I can't do everything by myself, and the business is increasing. So now I want to give people opportunity to get some bread. Like Fiverr has a gig system. So if you want to make $50 or $100 on a Monday, then you could, and you have the equipment in your house to, you're one of the partners and whatnot, where you have the rights to print and press, or you work at a print shop, you could do a gig and make $100 by doing 100 shirts, pressing 100 shirts. So now if somebody doesn't get accepted for a job or the job is turning them down because they're trying to push their resume, but they got a felony, or they're trying to push their resume, but their name is Barquisha, or they're trying to push their resume, but they got a high school graduation, a high school education. Well, that's why the gig economy is so revolutionary, because what it's doing is it's saying that you can hire yourself. You're getting paid for your talent. You don't have to worry about somebody trying to accept you. There's somebody out there that wants a logo. There's somebody out there that wants a website design. There's somebody out there that don't even know how to get on the web. There's somebody out there that wants, there's somebody out there that wants to learn how to do an app. There's somebody out there that needs an app design. There's somebody out there that needs more Instagram followers. They don't know how to do it. There's somebody that needs to know how to monetize their channel. All of these things are going to be available to you from this network. All of these things are included in the facts2020.org and also the KTL Media Network and also KTL University. So it's about being a filter system for people who are desperately searching for answers. You understand? This line right here is called Baby Basquiat. All right?
Fire.
Basquiat. One of the things that we're facing these days is that the babies, the ones from the generation, I don't know the name of that generation, but my son is a part of that generation. They were born in the 2000s and whatnot. My son was born in 2007, and the first person that he saw was Barack Obama, because that was the first name that he saw. That's the first name that he said. Barack, he said Obama, right? And these children went from seeing a black man as a president to seeing black men getting killed on the internet, back to back to back to back. These children saw Trayvon Martin laying on the grass in a Masonic pose, looking like a tarot card with his mouth open and his eyes lightless. So these children are being traumatized. These children are being inundated with fear. These children's greatest, their heroes, their artists that they're loving, XXXTentacion, right? Righteous Name, dead. Juice WRLD, righteous name as well too. 20 years old, dead. Pop Smoke, righteous name. Bashara, Baraka Jackson. His middle name was Baraka. So he was 12 years old when Trayvon Martin got killed. Pop Smoke was 12 years old when Trayvon got killed. So his generation is the generation that's being targeted right now. His generation is being inundated with the spell. They're the ones that are feeling, they're the ones popping pills on lean. They're the ones dying young. They're the ones tapping out. They're the ones at war. They're the ones that are using military weapons on each other, catching stains, drilling and all of that. So these are the ones that we are attempting to give solutions to, because they're the talented ones as well. They're the indigos. They're the ones who are going to receive this information and go bonkers with it. Facts. But let me continue. So I got to give them Basquiat. We're going to give them we're going to give them more positive imagery, baby Garvey line and everything. So these children can have reinforced images that their subconsciousness to begin to resonate with. Because look at Basquiat's artwork. He was a beast. You know what I'm saying? Not the two women in the middle, but the ones on the side of it. Don't judge me. Or his sister in Norfolk who did it, right? And I was like, yo, give me both of them, because she was so dope. I'm like, give me both of them. I need that. And she was like, damn, thank you. I was like, yeah, I'm adding value to you, because you're going to be worth millions of dollars in the future. Remember, artwork is what we agreed upon value. We add value to everything. So if I say that this is $250, then it's $250. You know what I'm talking about? If I say it's $250, then it's $250. If I say, yo, this is all authentic, the rips that you see in it, the distress that you see in it, you'll never see a shirt that's going to have the same distress. You know what I mean? And it's all done by hand. This is all hand. There's somebody in a basement somewhere putting in this work. This is not a regular shirt. You know what I mean? There's processes to make this shirt like this. So this is called manufacturing, family. And to make America great again, to make the hood again, to make the hood great again, to make the community great again, we have to produce. You don't have to necessarily produce clothes. You could produce movies. You could produce produce. You could produce anything. This is the kicker right here. Ladies, we didn't forget about you. All right?
That's
Now,
fine.
this shirt right here is called Labels. This is a crop top. I got the crop tops. All right? Now, this is called Labels. So it got all of the labels, the kinks, all of our different labels, you know,
That's
on the
fine.
shirt, right?
That's fine.
No, this is super fire. You know what I'm saying? This is super fire. Look at this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
From cotton to profits, right? Yeah, ladies, we got that drip for you. Hold on. Here's the show killer. Yeah, that on black. You know what I'm saying? Talk black to me. That on black. Yeah. Yeah, we coming with it. That's for the ladies. That on black.
I see what you did there too.
White. Yeah, because look.
You took the vowels.
Virgil put two crosses together. That's the Virgil thing. So we completed it with the chaos. This is the chaos symbol.
That's fine.
We are the chaos symbol. We are the chaos magicians. Melanin is chaos.
Yes, sir.
Like that. Remember, like you said earlier, everything emanates from the negative. So the nothingness is the black. The nothingness comes into existence by becoming the black dot. The black dot then expands by way of thought, and that creates other black dots, and then other black dots, you know, and then boom, then you have what you know as reality. That's chaos magic. That's melanin. That's the nothingness. That's the quote unquote the 98% of the dark matter that they can't see. Talk black to me. This is glow, this is not glow in the dark. This is glow in the light, ladies. Right? This is glow in the light. It glows in the light.
Wow.
When you take a picture of this, it glows in the light. It's not glow in the dark. When you take a picture of the 3M, it glows in the light. Like when you take photos with the light up shit, 3M, it glows in the light. So that's coming to KNGZKNTY.com, not the big cartel site. That site is being upgraded to KNGZKNTY.com. 4 letters. KNGZKNTY.com. 4 letters. A total rebranding. This company is completely changing. It's even going to be under different a new board of management as well. So this company is upgrading, is leveling up. You know, the production value is going to increase. There's going to be the shipping out. We're working on being on par with Amazon, especially now that we see what is taking place in China. The possibilities have opened up. Prior, it was not available, but the possibilities of manufacturing returning to America and for it to be dope to say made in Harlem, made in Brooklyn, made in Flatbush, made in Connecticut. That's what I'm saying, that possibility exists now. The fact that we could go ahead and go to Haiti, or we could go to Africa and do the same shopping with them that we were doing with China, and they could be the manufacturers of goods. They could be the manufacturers of cotton. They could be the manufacturers of fabrics. We could run an import-export channel.
Right.
And that's what's going to happen. Cotton to profit. And it's going to happen right here at home, y'all. The same way we was doing it when we were indigenous. Islam to my Moors. The same way that we were doing it when we were sovereign. We were taking trips. We were going to India. We were going to Pakistan. We were going to different places. But we were growing hemp, cotton, Egyptian cotton, and a whole bunch of other things that felt like velvet, all up and down the shores of America, North America and the Caribbean. And that's what we're going back to. Who's going to stop us? Who's going to tell us that we can't do this? Who's going to tell us that we can't go on landwatch.com and buy acres of land and plant hemp? Or, you know, I mean, you got to have your license. You got to have your paperwork. Going back to the power of the pen and the power of the paperwork and the good works of our paper soldiers who came along in the earlier days, right? Like any army comes along when they're at war, they came and conquered and kept it moving. and then people were scrambling over the leftovers and all of the other little petty kings that popped up as a result of that. And what I'm referring to is when the Moors came through in the early 2000s, 07, 08, no, 04, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and was washing the courts and was washing the policy officers and was exposing all of the fallacies. They started pulling the bricks apart. Now you see things falling out. People are like, oh, what did they do for me lately? No, they kept it moving because they had to come. They came and lit the building up and they had to make moves. It's a lot of people making big drip, big bucks, big money. You know what I'm talking about? Big guap. And they're not doing lives. They don't have nothing to say to nobody. Why? Because information like this is private. Once again, like I said, I'm exposing private information in the public quote unquote sphere. And if Zuckerberg or any of them penalize me for that, I have to send them a thank you letter. And I already wrote him a thank you letter. No, I already wrote him a thank you letter. I wrote Zuckerberg a thank you letter and I attached screenshots of my apps to it. And I say, you know what, my guy? I've been fucking with you for a minute now. Ever since you put Tom out of the way, me and Tom was building on MySpace, and you moved him out the way. But I get it. I said, Zuckerberg, I get it, my dude. Here it is. I'm on your public platform, in your public space. Here it is. I'm in your public school system. Teaching these niggas private education.
Yo, Pillar, can you drop one of those apps, one of the apps with the original content, man? I'm so excited about this motherfucker. Can I say it?
Huh?
Can I say it? Can I say
yeah,
it?
Yeah, you can say it.
Yo, Netflix,
yeah, you can say it.
Netflix is going to be something that we have never seen before, and it's going to take off with this original content and being able to tap in with your whole family, just like right now where you watching seasons and you binging. You know what I'm saying? You come to the crib late night like, oh, let me go in here and pop on this Netflix and binge on this Dr. Blair, or let me go in here and binge on from episode 99 on Melanin Mondays and go all the way back and say, yo, I seen every episode of Melanin Mondays. Let me go back and say I seen every episode of Trillionaires, We Trade Sports 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All these shows that are being created, you know what I'm saying? Because the podcast world is just like completely taken over. Netflix, that's right. You know what I'm saying? That's right, man. I want y'all to stick that in your head, Netflix, and say we about to switch the game. Like, really switch the game with this Netflix, man. I'm excited about Netflix and investing in Netflix, not only with currency, but the current, like my time. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of currency I'm talking about putting in the Netflix is my time. You know what I'm saying? And the dollar bills. You know what I mean? So that's a fact, man. I salute you on that right there, man.
You already, bro.
About, man. I need a Netflix deal, B. Yo, B.
Yo, we gotta be putting down Netflix deals, y'all. Get your acting up.
Yeah.
I'm letting people know, all of my creatives out there, my writer clubs and whatnot. I already put the word out there, and I got feedback. I did a show, and I was like, yo, we need some writers clubs, because when it comes to the Hollywood game that everybody is losing at, the initial spark starts in the writers' rooms, in the writers' clubs. The director and all of them are following the dictates of the writers. The writers are the foundation. That's the DNA of the project, correct?
Right.
So we got to get the writers clubs popping, and you know, like how they had like the Watts Riots Club, writers club that the agent admitted to burning down. Remember that video where they had the FBI agent who was telling on himself?
Yep, I remember that video.
Right? So he was like, yeah, he mentioned that he burned down a writers club. because the Writers Club was, they were tapping into one of the most dangerous weapons that Black men and women possess, and that's their imaginations. You understand? That's a weapon that, if we had control of, we would be in a better place than we are right now. I don't know where we would be, but we would definitely be in a better place because our imagination has been hijacked and we allow our imagination to be basically dictated and controlled and, and enrolled, you know what I'm saying, by these entrolled by these corporations and the people who they've decided through multiple meetings and probability reports and that, data analysis that these artists that they're signing and they're buying and they're, and they're basically contracting and they're steering, they realize that the risk assessment, they're like, you know what? These people might help their people feel proud about themselves, but we're going to make $200 billion off of them, Kendrick. You know what I mean? We'll allow 3 conscious people into this sphere, and push them and let them do whatever they want to do, fight the power. We won't hold them back. We'll let a few in. But the money that he makes, because we own 80% of everything that he does residually, we're going to make, if he makes 10 million, we make 100 million. So we win at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, it's how much money they're making off of you. Why? Because there's a whole room full of them who invest in every single piece of you. What are you talking about? They got people who invest in every iota of you. They're making money off of every inch of you. You know what I mean? What are you talking about?
Crazy. What's crazy that I spoke about too at the event is, I'm not sure if you or Blue said this, but how we willingly give our information to these Autobots, the Siri, and then they figure out the things that you like, love, and then they automatically, like you said, in real time. This is algorithms and artificial intelligence. The questions that you ask Siri, and you always have your locations on, and your pictures, you're tagging people, and like you said, they're getting all your information and data, and then they're spitting it back to you by the things that you're saying, because your phone is always recording you. Let's be clear about that. So the conversations that you're having, they turn right around. You could be talking about something, jump on Instagram, and the first thing you see is something that you've been speaking about all goddamn day. Wow. So like you said, they're even monetizing our mentality and our mentalism through conversation that we may be having with ourselves, not even with other people, man. So
I mean, why wouldn't the technology be that advanced at this point? Why would we be naive to think that the technology is that they're giving us? People are shit crazy because of the quality of their cameras and whatnot, not realizing that they have 8 times higher that quality already in their labs. They're just rolling out, they're rolling it out by different versions and specs. But
right, like basically, it's already done. They just need a
telescope. Whatever technology they're using in the Hubble telescope, they're able, I'm sure the people at Apple, the people at Samsung, I'm sure that information is accessible. There's all of these super cameras. So that they just piecemealing it. They can't just come out, they can't throw it out there like that.
Right. Yeah, man. So, for us though, one thing I know, that I know that's actual and factual is that we're back in the soul cycle. And a lot of this stuff is just divine.
Your phone is a little choppy. And shout out to King Simon in the building. I forgot to say that a minute ago.
Yeah, shouts out to King Simon, man, a legend. Yeah, I'm not speaking on us being back in the solar cycle. And a lot of this stuff is just divine. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff is taking place because everything is being put back in alignment as far as us being back in that throne of rulership from a spiritual standpoint. So we gotta understand that a lot, right? And that's why I focus so much on prosperity and abundance, because to get in the physical war, that it's obsolete. When the war is actually, it renders down from the spiritual to the mental to the emotional, and last and not least is practical reality. So a lot of times we lose and we're behind on the 8 ball is because we start with practical reality. We so physical, we can't control our emotions, therefore we can't control our mindset, therefore we can't actually enhance our spirituality. And like Sabrina Wright said, man, if you are not prosperous, it's because your the spiritual essence of you is not in alignment. Because a person that's actually spiritual can manifest anything they see in their mind's eye. So we got to stop playing games with all the books and all the things. Like, books is cool, but we are indigenous people and we really learn from nature. And as cosmology says that, we from the 2 and 3 sun galaxy, and these other suns are actually headed back towards us. So they cannot withstand the power of just that whole riot energy anyway. So through nature, if we focus on 7 generations, I spoke on this at the event, real God and real people that build dynasties think 7 generations ahead. And the fact that we so focused on the now and we're not thinking about generational wealth, it puts us behind the 8 ball. If we start thinking futuristically, and that's why Nipsey came to remind us that this is a marathon. It doesn't end with your life. You're honorable ancestor in the flesh right now. You know what I'm saying? You're recreating yourself from a physical and spiritual aspect just through the rendering of your children. So we definitely have to be thinking more. We need to think farther ahead, and we need to think about after death. Our ancestors were based their whole science on indigenous spirituality is based on ancestral worship. It's based upon death.
Life after
death. We're supposed to plan for death. And the fact that we don't have these talks is if we're going to always be alive is what crushes us as a nation of individuals. We got to definitely start thinking 7 generations ahead and start building stuff to leave behind, because this is the game that they've played. This is why you have, like, I think it was Grant Cardone said, all great dynasties are based on last names, such as Depot, such as Ford, such as Heineken. All of these are last names, family. You're actually participating in ancestral worship when you buy Heineken. You're rendering, every time you say, grab that 6-pack of Heinekens, you're invoking spirits of that family. Every time you buy, every time you go to Exxon, every time you go to Home Depot, every time you sleep in the Hilton Hotel, you're actually participating in ancestral worship. Because these are legacies. These are last names. And these people thought 7 generations ahead. Paris Hilton didn't really do anything to become a billionaire except for be of the lineage of her grandfather who actually built the hotel chains. So this is what we're bringing to the table is being more futuristic. You know what I'm saying? We like to go in the past and talk about what we did in the past and how we built pyramids and stuff like that. But we got to understand we're living ancestors. So we also must be futuristic, which brings us that ma'at and ma'at, that divine balance of not only looking behind us, but we got to look forward as well. And until we start working on building generational wealth, we'll keep thinking about next week's paycheck. We'll keep dwelling on next week's paycheck and not our great grandkids' dynasty and what we behind these people. So there's a lot of people out there that are born with certain talents and certain visions, and we all come with a destiny. The destiny is that thing that you love as a child that you couldn't stop doing, whether you wanted to. And what happened was your pineal was calcified through certain foods that you partook in, certain music that you listen to, certain shows that you watch, where your energy goes, where your team goes in flows. With that being said, we need to be more futuristic, because what I realized about our people is we always talk about what we used to do or what we do, but we don't like to talk about where we're going. And I want to shout out one thing I also do want to bring up too is that, and I see you saying, F Paris Hilton and all that, because I'm on the live and shit, but honestly, we can learn from these Neanderthals on how to actually take back the empire. Because I mean, that's being emotional, saying F these people when they up right now on the scoreboard and now the now. Because when you talk about existence as a whole, we're definitely winning. We've had dynasties that have lasted tens of thousands of years compared to their little 400, 500 years of rulership. So we got to stop giving them all this credit as well, as if they're the ultimate oppressor, when we actually enslaved. Slavic, the word slave comes from the word Slavic. We whip their ass so bad, and all they're doing is they're doing what they're supposed to do, family. Let's put it that way. A germ or a german or something that is a germ is usually comes with what? Lack of melanin. So they're only fighting from their perspective on how they see life. It's us that's caught to our emotions. It's us that's rendering on a physical level so much that we're not being mental and we're not being spiritual. Because if we were spiritual, then we would be dealing with cosmology, and we'll know that we back. And it's only brothers like Red, Blue. We are and when I say we, I'm looking at my brothers as my reflection. We are the trendsetters, or those who are actually setting off what's to come for the next 10,000, 12,000 years. So it starts with us. So for the individuals that's up here playing games and watching and not applying the information, you're only doing a disservice to your own lineage.
That's fact.
I'm tired of dying and frying fish talking about come buy a plate at the local bar so I could bury my berry. When this dude was stopping bank at the dice game for $1,000, burial is only $3,000. I literally will watch people like that stop a bank with $2,500 and walk to the dice game, pop bank, die tomorrow, and now y'all want to fry fish and make hamburgers and be mad at people for not wanting to buy the plates. Well, don't you know life insurance is as low as $30 a month? And for that, when you die, you can actually get buried and leave your kids $60,000 to $70,000. So we got to start being more proactive instead of reactive. I'm not pulling up and buying no plates from a nigga who could have, who was that boy in the hood but didn't have life insurance. We got to start playing the game. Mm-hmm. And shouts out to Grace, because he spoke on the elders in the family. What we need to do is, instead of celebrating Thanksgiving Day, Christmas, all these events where our family come together, we need to be celebrating our indigenous ancestry and talking about the older people in the family that know for a fact is going to be passing away within the next 20 years, and put life insurance on them. Pay the $30 to the $40 to $100 a month on them. Because if you got great grandma and it's 10 of y'all, that's $10 a month, and $100 life insurance is going to get you close to $1 million. But I'm only saying that to say we have to be more proactive instead of reactive in this, in how we dealing with this whole spiritual warfare thing, because it's divine, and it's been written by the ancestors, that it's based on cosmology, and it's based on the essence of where certain planetary bodies are, delivers a certain amount of ASHY to individuals and planetary bodies. So with that being said, there's no stopping what's about to happen. This is why all the panic. This is why, the coronavirus, or this virus, or this, and lock this down. It's really what they're saying to you is, we know it's time. We're going to try to fight this shit for as long as possible, though. Mm-hmm. Not knowing you making, you're playing right into the game. It's going longer and longer and longer when we can actually end this shit today. We can end this shit today by being proactive. But I just wanted to say that.
Brother Heru, are you with us? Lordy, there you go.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, we see you. What's goody?
I listened to the bill. You know, as you was talking about, yo, it's 2 a.m. and we still building, and there's people in the building still building with us. You know what I'm saying? That's powerful energy, man.
The sage is almost burned to the. It's almost there. See it go. It's burned down to the rope. That we had a problem. I was saying, I was like, until I'm a build until this thing burns to the bottom, and it's almost there. So we're gonna have to continue these conversations. It's just getting it started. There's no end to our conversation because we've always been having this conversation, and we'll always continue to have. Because there never was a time when man was not. So, I definitely enjoyed this roundtable. I feel that we got richer. All of us gained wealth tonight because I put value in our brother's words. I put value in our wisdom, our knowledge. I know that these are real. This is the real jewelry. I know that we walking around looking like Mr. T because we adorn each other with these gems and these pearls effortlessly. They got these niggas running around with Elliot and Elion or whoever the jewelers are. Like, look at this Bart Simpson piece that they made me. Look at this Ricky and Morty pop. Nigga, what? This is the real jewelry.
Right.
We the little Johnny, we the Vietnamese nigga, little Johnny from Texas. We giving you full ice trays and whatnot. This is jewelry. Mr. T adornments. That's what we out here doing with each other. So I respect and I appreciate all of the jewelry that was shared tonight. I want my listening audience that's out there around this time of tax season who are looking to invest, who are looking to make small investments and big investments and medium investments, to pay attention at the time that you are in. Know that the power is in the now. That this is about 2020 is about making the moment, the choice going down to the moment. When Kobe could have said, you know what, I'm gonna just get in the car. When that idea came to him, he was like, nah, I'm gonna just stay in the copter. Or when Pop Smoke was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that Instagram live, but he did it, and then the address came out there. Being able to make the right choice. That's what this year is showing you. That's what this 2020 is about. So we got to make the right decisions. And right now they're about to have a fear campaign, and they're about to have this campaign where life as we know it may change forever. And what I'm saying is, while we still have the ability to go live and see each other and build with each other and, make something viable happen, let's make it happen now. Don't talk about now. I'm going to get with the brothers next week. No, you need to get with the program now. You need to sign up to facts2020.org now. You need to make a commitment now. You need to put a few bands to the side or a few hundred to the side.
Yo, I want to shout out, my Cash App just went off, man. I want to shout out to ASHY out in Vermont. That boy just ordered himself some drip.
That's right.
ASHY, I see you. ASHY F out there in Vermont.
Shout out to
ASHY. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Furlow, I see you, man. Salute, man. You know what I'm saying? That drip is shortly on the way, man. First thing smoking, man. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's 2-something in the morning. It's a brother on this live right here that hit me. I went out for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Because the brother instantly hit me, you know what I mean? And was like, yo, what's up with that drip? I told him what it was. 20 minutes later, not even 15 minutes later, he sent that Cash App, you know what I'm saying? And he about to receive a lovely package, man. So I want to shout out ASHY F out there in Vermont. Shouts out to you, man, for dropping that Cash App, man. And, you know what I'm saying, getting with this major trip, man. Pardon me.
Nah, definitely. Salute to the guard for supporting the entrepreneurs amongst us, because, y'all are the ones that make this happen. You know what I mean? Without y'all, there is no us. So we are all one. There'll be another roundtable coming very soon. We'll continue this conversation and add on. I want people to know out there that people are really changing lives and changing their life at the same time. But before they had to change anything, they had to change themselves. As you can see in all of my guests tonight, you'll notice that these brothers, you know, spoke of themselves transforming, the transition that they had within first, and then that got them to magnify or to magnetize success towards themselves. So the real work is the inner work. The real work is the mental work. You know, like Trav said, all wars start in the mental realm first, because nobody's just hopping in a tank and their mind didn't tell them to hop in the tank. You know, nobody's declaring war against anybody until they thought about it. So war begins in the mental realm first, in the mental plane. Then it trickles down into the spiritual plane. Then it trickles down into the physical. So that's the last thing that you see is that smoke. So there's a mental war taking place right now on a mental plane and the spiritual plane. Higher principalities are spirit cooking like in ways that you could never have guessed. So it's going to take those of us who thank you for the Cash App. It's going to take those of us who have been in the kitchen and we got our own kitchen, we got food trucks and our own restaurants to start cooking up these plates. We answered all of the quote unquote we answered all of the cries that the community were having. They're censoring us. They don't want us to talk. They want to get rid of us. Well, I told Mark Zuckerberg, thank you for getting rid of me, because I'm gonna function on your platforms, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook, purely business. I get it, my brother. And I break bread with you. Some of the money that we get from these endeavors that we do, I'll spend a few dollars because you have a business platform now. I'm taking my information, I'm taking my knowledge, because I don't want you to own it anyway, because they own it. I don't want you to have ownership of my intellectual property. So I'm building my own servers. I'm leaving you alone. I got my own app, and people could basically see me through their own phones. You don't have to dedicate yourself to this man's apps. Right? You drew that? Don't tell me you drew that.
Nah, no. What I was at a poetry event tonight, and it was a brother in there. He was just making live characters, you know what I'm saying, the people who was talking on the mic and people who was in the building. And this is what I got tonight. And
that's me right there?
Yeah, it's supposed to be me. It's a likeness of me right there.
Or you? That's me?
Nah, it's me.
Oh, you don't change like that.
Yeah, that's fire.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Shouts out to that brother. His name is Jebediah. Jebediah on Facebook.
People are. That cartoon character right there could be. Hold that up. Let me show you how far this can go. That cartoon character could be scanned in a scanner. That scanner could be uploaded into an Illustrator program. That Illustrator program could vectorize that drawing right there, meaning it could create lines that are no longer crooked. Those are straight lines that are being read. It's a mathematical equation. Then that mathematical equation could send to a 3D program. That 3D program could either make a 3D model of that picture that you see right there, or you could send it to Photoshop or Illustrator and make a design for a t-shirt, a design for a hat, a design for a medallion. You know what I mean? Or you could make a virtual design. You could make a comic book character or a video game. All of that from that sketch right there. That's what I'm trying to explain to the family. We got to work together, because our value is in our creativity, it's in our talents, it's in our gifts, it's in our magnetism that we have towards each other when we're around each other.
Thanks, bro.
Oh yeah, right. Toys, that could have been a toy. That could get printed out on a 3D printer machine, because remember, the 3D printer machines, you could begin to print toys out. We're supposed to have after school centers in our major states where FACS is set up, where we are going to have after school, and we're going to have homeschooling centers where we're going to have multiple 3D printing machines. Some of the machines will print metal. Some of the machines will print plastic. Some of the machines might even print, synthetics that we created out of mixing chemicals together. So what I'm saying is the level of creativity, laser printing, laser cutting machines, vinyl cutting machines, all of these things are the tools that we need, because the creativity, the culture, by taking back $1 trillion culture, by claiming a marketplace has already been valued at $44 billion. It's called the woke marketplace. It's in the Forbes magazine. They're saying that we have bags available, and I see the people that are running to get the bag. They running to get the bag like they heard that the Amber Rose was selling tops for like $1 cash app on the cash app, not even a 40. You're doing it for a single. Now I'm dead ass, because look, if showing your ass, if showing your butt, if showing your breast has been devalued. Remember, in economic markets, there's something called debasement. So the strip club debased something that had a lot more value prior to that. It got debased to $1. $1 in a dream is the lotto line. That's the shit that builds up lotto lines. Well, $1 in a dream builds up motherfucking lotto lines at Magic City. Because remember, it starts with $1. You might get lucky and spend $1 and get neck right there for free. Yo, I'm saying, oh my goodness, you lit. Let me just drop this $1. Oh my goodness, let me sit in your lap. And it starts from right there. Or you could spend $100,000, or you could spend $100, or you could spend $1,000. But they got debased to $1. I remember going in the strip club and I threw $1. What?
What happened though when you threw the $1, man? Go ahead, continue, please. I need to hear this part.
Well, being that it was a drought, and I made it precipitate. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
who hot for that $1? She slipped and broke her ankle. So, man, we had a wonderful time tonight. I want y'all to leave the family with some closing remarks, and let them know once again where they can find you, and let them know what you're doing for your community and for your network.
Yo, the hashtag, man, make sure y'all go look at the hashtag GGD720. It's that simple, man. Just press the hashtag, whether it's in Google or whether it's on your Facebook or your Instagram. Follow me, brother_Haru or CTS, the #1 hype man. It's real simple. You're going to see a lot more, man. You know what I'm saying? Just follow. It's a lot of people that follow, follow and I follow back, you know what I'm saying? So you can stay updated. Let's use this technology, man, stay updated with each other, man. And if you support me, I'm going to support you, man. It's that simple. No matter where you from, you know what I'm saying? You be able to touch out and reach out to me. I'll do the same. You know what I mean? Salute to you, man. The whole university KTL class was lit tonight, man.
I mean, it's only going to get better, man. I'm going to invite both of y'all. Well, yeah, I'm going to invite both of y'all. I'm going to invite y'all on my paid classes. I'm bringing back Thursday online classes. So we're going to be teaching advanced information, formulas, practical things, step-by-step type of things. It's a breakdown to 4 weeks. It's not going to just be a 1, 2, 3. It'll be a straight 4-week course. I'm bringing some of the sharpest minds, some of the brothers with the best solutions, with the algorithms that work. And we're going to introduce them to a quality of membership, keep that in mind, members, right? The ones who I know who are really there. I only know who you are if you remember. Other than that, you just passing through. And I'm here to feed you. We'll tie your horse up and take care of you and all of that. But if you're not a Patreon and a member, you're just passing through. And it's all good. But we got to pay attention to the ones who stop and sit down and not just eat a meal. They're ready to come and build. They're going to do the dishes with us, and they're ready to till the soil and grow some food and whatnot, so we could feed more people that are coming into the restaurants to sit at our table. Because we put a lot of plates out every night.
Fact.
Even when I'm not in the restaurant, I'm on the block slinging rocks. I'm slinging pills on the internet, my niggas. Come back to me. And don't let me get in those booths. I'm not going to talk about when I get in a booth what I do. I hope if I had clearance. Nah, if I had clearance, my niggas. If I had clearance, niggas got me on gag. I got a gag order right now. They got me on a Harvey gag order. If I had clearance to play the shit that we made in the lab last night, I don't want to get no phone calls. Blue pill call a nigga up like Clarence Savant, like the Black Godfather. Y'all don't want a blue call. Y'all don't want blue pill calls at 3 a.m. I'm telling you. I don't want Christ consciousness gold water calls from when you broke the gag order and you start playing unreleased music. So we're not gonna do that. But if I had rights, if I had the, I would blow the show away. Nigga, we got some work, my guy. I'm telling you. We got some work.
We gotta get on some of that music. I know y'all ain't, you know.
We tried to last weekend in Connecticut and was like book a studio session after the lecture and y'all didn't make it happen. How about that? How about that? How about the next time you try to get a date? How about it?
All right. Say less. Say less. I just
they wanted to get his shit rocked. The niggas was like, you know what? I mean, everything changed after that. We was like, you know what? We going back to New York. We ain't going to the studio tonight. Fuck that. So shoot the club up. We sent somebody to clap the club up, and we by the time the shooter started hitting in the ceiling, like, get up out of here.
Yeah.
He was giving them the Griselda ad-libs.
It's funny because
that nigga got knocked out. We was like, the butcher coming, nigga.
Yeah, that was wild.
Everybody energy changed.
That was wild. That was like, pretty much the night.
I was like, I want to go to sleep in my bed tonight. I was gonna put my wares. I was like, no, I want to sleep in my bed tonight. I just seen this nigga flick and beat up on. Now they saying that he had a cheap glove, he had a flabby hand and whatnot. Well, you better take that to the fucking authorities. Clean your name up, my guy. This is the ancestors throwing niggas alley-oops because he had D Smoke spit that hot ass song. Now let me show you how the game is crooked. Black media is against us. Black media don't work for us. Black media hate you. Black media are tools, and they showed you that with the Gayle King motherfucking controversy. That all of these niggas are bought and sold. They said nothing about D Smoke's song after that night. And then about the anthem, the brother who bought Deontay Wilder out, his name is D Smoke, in the same lineage, no relations to Pop or Papa, right? No relations to Papa, the little Papa, because Big Papa is the king of New York, but the little Papa is Papa Smoke. He had the shortest run of any New York artist ever to pop that fast and died the fastest. And his name was Papa. He's Panamanian. They both from the islands. They both Caribbean. And they was heavy in the church. He went to CCC church. His mother is a big wig in the top church in one of the top churches in the Caribbean, Brooklyn. Right? And his name is Bashira Baraka. Like I said, his Baraka is lightning. I have a brother by the name of Bashira Wilson. Bashira is a doctor right now. Bashira is a doctor. He's an alumni listener and he's also a researcher from KTL Radio days. He's in Brooklyn, and he went to his mother used to have Bashara over at the house because his mother used to be at their house, and they heavy in the church. But then Bashara went and took his jihada. He on one of his songs he's saying Assalamu alaikum, and he became Muslim recently. Okay, So when the government begins to see things like that, like they saw with Rollo, and like they saw with a few other people who decided they didn't want to take the Muslim route, like how they shut down Dave East, like how they shut down a few other people. Yeah, nigga, you could be a rapper, but I don't want to hear none of that Muslim shit. Remember, there is a crusades, there is an inquisition. They still stopping niggas in front trying to run up in here pushing that Islamic stuff, or that Islamic stuff, or that Asiatic stuff, or that God body stuff. You can't be God body and be pro LBGT. So they already bent them niggas' hands backwards. You know what I'm talking about? What happened to the lessons? You know what I'm saying? What happened to the lessons? But anyway, so Black media did not promote that Black Man song in Black History Month. Then that song was fire. And won that Netflix show. He already got a record deal. And Kendrick, they waiting for Kendrick to co-sign him so they can jump on his nuts. You see how weird this game is because he got a Kendrick flow. But when him and Kendrick twin and come together and form Voltron, it is banoodles out of here. I promise you that. Them two kings on the West. He's from Inglewood and Kendrick is Compton. And they got similar flows. But they did not even promote that man. And that man said he was fighting for the race. He said he was fighting for the culture. Did you see that suit that he had on? That's the illest suit ever, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was ill.
That was the illest suit ever.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
So if only cheated, that's the ancestors saying you deserve to be redeemed. You deserve to be redeemed. I'm willing after the roast to redeem this brother. Yeah, talk black to me. Yeah, that Cash App going off like Sonic. You hit him? Yeah. She like the way that I did. Like
coin time.
Take it. They making it rain over here. She like the way that I did. She like the way that I do. Yeah, we're gonna do a contest Chippendales. Talk back to me. Yeah. 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 You know what I'm talking about? I mean, I would do it. I'd be down. I would get permission from my wisdom, but I would be down. You know what I'm saying? They deserve they deserve us. Oh no, look, niggas, girls are calling him up. Like, get over that right now.
Hold on, time out, hold on.
She's getting the call. From the upper room. From the upper room. Gail is open.
To come upstairs.
Like, yo, get off of his live. He's talking to
his. Hold on. Let me.
We promoting Hot Girl Summers. This nigga's talking about a retreat with the, you know.
Yeah, I had to shut that down real fast. I'm on
live. But look, y'all. Did y'all leave them with everything y'all needed?
Yeah, let me just throw my joint out there. We Trade Sports 247 on the gram. We Trade Sports _ 247 on Instagram. Trillionaire Trav or trillionaires.club on the gram. Let's get this let's get this sports investing bag, man. Let's get this passive income and let's help other people, you know, tap into this whole residual market. And I just want to shout out my brother Red, shout out my brother Blue, shout out the whole conscious community. We are standing on the shoulders of the ancestors, you know what I mean, such as Francis Cross Wilson, Blair, Dr. Sabi, the living ancestors such as Baba Heru. You have let's talk about Professor James Smalls. Make sure that you randomly, I want to say this, man. This is very important. You know what crushed me? And I don't want to over talk, bro, but this shit crushed me though. I gotta keep it 1,000 with this so-called conscious community.
The same way. I know what you're gonna say, but say it.
Like the way that Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark went out is crazy to me. For real.
Yeah, let me just say this.
If it wasn't for them brothers, they would really
go out like that.
Yeah, they wouldn't do the rest. And y'all need to do that while they're alive. Don't wait till they, you know, in the old folks' home and all of this stuff to start hitting up the Cash App. They can't enjoy it. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's
So what I'm saying is that the conscious community, even when I jump on some of the pillars videos, I be seeing 27,000 views, sometimes 60, sometimes 80,000. Now, you 80,000 or 60 or 20,000 individuals, if you just sent $1 a month to Baba Heru, he'll make $20,000 a month in residual income. Now, the reason that y'all won't do it because y'all can't see yourself making that amount of money. So what you'll do is you'll hold back from the honorable ancestors because you don't want to see somebody doing something that which you won't do. But here's the thing. You have to receive blessings, you have to be a blessing.
That's
so
right.
when you start sending these dollars out to these master teachers and these elders, and you play your part in this realm of enlightenment, then the same thing is going to happen for you. And I want to say that, man, make sure you support the people who actually laid the foundation for us to even come forth with this information. And for y'all
don't think that y'all don't think Jesus know who I am? Y'all don't think the angels know me? Y'all don't think that they know you niggas? Y'all don't think they know y'all cash apps? They like, look at these brothers taking care of my angel. Look at my faithful people taking care of my angel red pill. They feeding red pill. Look, I can see my followers cash app. There's God in the cloud somewhere seeing you press that button on your thing. Like, look at my angel. See? Thank you. God is in the cloud. Like, look at my angel taking care of my other angel red pill. You know what I mean? And don't think that the ancestors don't see that y'all are taking care of their messengers. Because when they sent us, they was like, we can't take care of y'all. We can't send you here as a messenger and also send you with the tricks on how to hit the lotto every day. We can't send you here as our messenger and send you here in the motherfucking ghost. We're gonna send you here in your Reeboks. Because if you were sent here in your ghost, you're not gonna be able to feel what the people are feeling. You're not going to be able to come up with the solutions that you do because you're going to be enjoying the desires that come with being in a fucking ghost. You dig what I'm saying? So the ancestors create pressure, and the pressure makes the diamond. You got to remember, all of this is self-induced. Whatever pressure that I'm feeling, whatever pressure that I may have gone through, however bumpy this road is, it's only to prepare me for who I'm to become. And the way that this weight is, god damn it, my nigga, I'm finna be B.A. Baracus mixed with Clubber Lang, right? Sprinkle with a little bit of Apollo Creed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Fried with Muhammad Ali. You feel me? With a fucking sprinkle of some Mike Tyson going up against Tyson Fury.
Yo, stop it, please.
Chicken. Fight Tyson chicken.
Dude, man, please.
You know, you gotta have the ancestors with you.
Yes, facts though. You're speaking facts, bro. Yeah, talk black to us, man.
You know, black. Like I said, put me in a fucking temple. Don't disrespect me and pull me up in no church. You know what I mean? Find a mountaintop somewhere, put me in a gold fucking casket and put me in a temple. And, you know what I mean? Like, don't treat me like that. Don't do me like that. I want to see you niggas better go to Party City and go get the Egyptian fucking, go to Amazon, whoever you got to go to. Go get the shit with the Uraeus on the forehead and give me the opening of the mouth ceremony. Read from the philosophies of Marcus Garvey and play my shit. You know what I mean? Play my fucking playlist. That's what I want. I got a list of niggas that are not allowed to get up there and say that they fucking knew me. Yo, you know what I hate? Because I'm saying it right now, that ass. Yo, mad niggas and shit. Yo, don't show my inbox messages to you like you know what I mean? Because they doing that with Pop Smoke. Niggas is showing the DMs like, yo, that nigga was talking to me and shit. He was like, I was the next one. He was calling me Baby Woo.
Wow.
You're not allowed to do that. That's homicide. If niggas didn't do songs with you and was talking about you the next one, then you're not the. He didn't say that you the next one. He told you that he felt like you was the next one because he was a morale booster, nigga. Niggas is taking prep talks. I'm a consultant, right? Like I do consultations. So I'll tell a person, you're great. Like you are the one. You know what I'm saying? You're Neo. He's you. You are him. And then later on down the line, they'll be like, listen, he said that, you know, I'm the next one. I'm the heir. I'm him. I'm better than him. I'm him. Like, nigga, you was just, I'm trying to boost your ego, nigga. You know what I mean? I was giving you the Les Brown, my nigga. Like, you're not.
Yo, what you know about Les Brown?
Him, though. I'm not getting niggas think I'm giving you the Gary V, my nigga.
Yo.
Gary Garvey. But anyway, we gotta go, bro, because it's man late. I got shit to do.
Yeah, I love you, man. Keep putting on for the people, Rad. You're a legend, man. You know what I'm saying?
Wait till you hear this music, though. I shit you not. We gonna bring him out of retirement. Hey, Rue, the DJ, look at him.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Nah, we gotta get you a. Nah, you've been killing it. Let me stop. This my brother right here. He's doing his thing in music. He was one of the only DJs spinning Scorpion King and Twin the album. He's very consistent. He puts us in the airwaves. I need about 100 more of y'all to be as consistent and loyal as this brother right here. And we could talk $1 million talk, and you could really see it. Like I said, get behind your billionaires that are amongst you. There's 3 billionaires on this panel. Oh, I'm a trillionaire, but there's 3. Yeah, I'm a trilly goat, huh?
Yeah, for real. Trill talk.
Trill talk. Trill talk for me. I'm baby Billy. You gotta be Billy before Trilly. So you seeing 3 Billy goats here. Mm-hmm. And the way that Billy goats are made is that you have to have faith and belief in people who are amongst you who can be great. You have to give us permission to be great. And when you do that, then we will continue to be great and we will put on for the people. And the people are not just the people that you see. The people are the ones who paved the way for us. You cannot take that away from us. The people already put it down for us. They passed the baton. So it's time to do what they didn't do. And what I'm saying is the ability to do that is staring you in your face like a gift horse. You know what I'm saying? And they waiting for niggas to tap out to get on space rockets and whatnot, so they could show me poking you in the inbox and be like, I knew these niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they won't be. I'm telling niggas this: show the Cash App and the Patreon receipt. That's the only thing that they got. That's the entry to the funerals. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Show the Cash App. Show the Patreon membership. Show the KTL Media membership, the Netflix membership, because that's what really matters. You know what I mean? That's how we build. We building bricks right now. So it's a brick building. You know, it's a village building. Because I broke down. Y'all got about 5 more minutes?
Yeah, but listen.
All right.
I'm in the loop.
Instagram. Let's go to Instagram. I broke down what a community is, and I broke down what it's not. And we are not necessarily in a community yet. So the reason why the majority of the world is somewhat frustrated with the conscious community is because I could show you that we're not even a community yet. We prematurely ejaculated, and then we mentally masturbated and prematurely ejaculated. Now that's a bar that's trademarked in Wuhan, China. So none of you niggas take that, please. Don't take that. Take that. That's a bar. That's going on the album, right? But we're not a community yet, so it's nothing to get upset about. We gotta hold our resentment towards each other because we're not even a community yet. So how could we say I'm not in that community? Yeah, that community ain't even in that community. You know what I'm talking about? Can you see the screen?
Yep, I see it perfectly.
Okay, let's get to this definition of what community is, so we can ask the honest question amongst ourselves as to what's going wrong and how to fix it. What is going wrong is the definitions have not been fixed. So a community, right? a unified body of individuals, such as the people with common interests living in a particular area. Now I did roll call today, right? There happens to be people from particular areas living amongst another, right? But for the most part, based off of the roll call, we don't live around each other. So your reality in Chicago is not the reality that I'm having in New York right now. Actually, your reality in California is completely different than mine because of the time differences. So at 9 o'clock in New York, I'm seeing a different reality than you're seeing at 6 o'clock in California. The sun is out. You niggas is surfing and whatnot, at the same damn time. So we live in different places, right? But that's not an impediment, right? Because the definition of community would have to be redefined because of the advent of social media and the quote unquote electrified age or the digital age, because these definitions apply to a time when it was just, pulling up on people in the community and whatnot. You couldn't just pick up your phone and talk to somebody in Czechoslovakia, right? So a group of people with a common characteristic or interest living together within a body of persons or nations having a common history or common social, economic, and political interests, right? Like the international community, right? A group linked by a common policy, an interacting population of various kinds of individuals, such as species, in a common location, okay? Or it could be state or a commonwealth, right? So a group linked by a common policy. So my brother Trav and my brother Heru, what is the common policy that links us?
Being proactive.
No, not us. Me, not us. What is the common, as a conscious community of those you are participants in this community? You have participated before. You were able to observe it from the outside and the inside, right? I'm speaking about this quote unquote community and the way that it's functioning. So what, as a group, what is the common policy that we're linked by and as this conscious community? From your perspective, from where your vantage point.
The common group, the common links is information.
Okay, and keep in mind, there's no right and wrong answers. This is all interpretation from where you are. Hey, Ru, I would ask you too.
Yeah, from where I standpoint, I take it all the way back to the Sonetta TV Awards and seeing the community for what it was, and somebody, me and Trillionaire talked about how somebody can come in and tornado the community right now, because it was really just a handful of people that were really doing the work, and everybody else was just, you know what I'm saying, from the outside looking in. So when I look at it, I say there is no common core, like, you know what I mean. there is no common core unless you look at, the information. But when I look at it, it's like, as a community, by the definition, do we all have a common policy to what? Like, because some people, saying you could question their integrity. So it's like,
yeah. I don't think there's a common policy.
That
hasn't been defined. We thought we had a common policy,
right?
And then that common policy got completely redefined in the course of 2 years because multiple things happened. There was an LBGT incident, or rather a homosexual incident that made us completely look at one of our legends who we looked up to and we trusted. And then there was also another incident with somebody who was becoming an ultimate charlatan and was robbing the people. You know what I mean? And then there was some other things going on. So there was a deterioration taking place. All right. A social state or condition. The school encourages a sense of community in its students. So a social state or condition. Joint ownership or participation. Joint ownership, right? Community of goods. So we could have a community of goods that we grow and produce and produce, right? Like I said, a level of production is in growing your produce, and the produce is what feeds you. Facts, food, art, clothing, technology, shelter. Your produce, that's your production. In order to reproduce, in order to be fruitful and multiply, you should be producing your own food. You should be a master of produce. Because when we lived on farms, we had 13, 14, 15, even 30 children because you were in control of produce. You were creating production. You were producing food. You were on assembly lines and you were producing your own quote unquote. You were making your own clothes. You were producing your own milk, butter, and all of that stuff. Production. The power is in production. Okay. But this is also power. Social activity, fellowship. We need fellowship. I need brothers to work with me, not against me and not for me. Work with me. I don't need nobody working for me. This is not corporate America, my niggas. This is not that ladder. You know what I'm talking about? You're not my secretary. I need people to work with me. Work for the betterment. Work for the purpose. Work for the ancestors. Work for the fucking W. Work for the chip, my nigga. You think niggas is telling LeBron that they work for him or they working with him to get the chip? So here we have likeness, common character, likeness, social activity, fellowship. These are all gems that I hope somebody could use that's hearing this today, because I'm giving you a lot of information where you thought community was just one thing, and people throw that word around so loosely, but don't want to define what community they talking about or what's the definition of the community that they were invoking.
Facts.
Look at all of the definitions of community. These are the synonyms: association, commonwealth, center, hamlet, company, locality, district, populace, nation, residence, territory, people, turf, public, body politic, general public, neck of the woods, state, colony. So when you hear about the 13 colonies and they talk about the colony this, colony that, they could have been moving the same way that your community that you call a community is moving now. Just a group of people who were scholars and intellects who owned niggas and was growing crops. But yeah, that's community, and I hope that we get into community as we move forward. And I'm seeing community in front of me right here. This is, I fit a lot of the descriptions of what I was saying because, like I said, we add value to each other. We work with each other. You add value to me by bringing me out in Connecticut because you believe and you have faith in what we bring to the table, and you know that we have integrity. And by doing that, you invested your time, you put your name behind it as a promoter, and then we believed in you, and we believe that you could pull it off, and we put value in your name by getting behind you and not saying, nah, you too janky, I don't rock with you, get out of here. And then it's a reciprocation. And Brother Trav, the same thing. You got behind your brother because you believe by him believing in us that everything was going to work out. And by doing that, you got exposed to the information. That information added value to what it is that you were doing at that time. Then you took that information and you monetized and you added value into your daily life, thus changing your life, transforming your life, going from ashy to motherfucking classy in no amount of time. That shit was quick with you, bro. But I think you better keep them shea butters on stash, brother. As you took off real fast. You know what they say about the niggas that take off real fast and get classy too fast, right? You know what they say about those guys. But that's what it is, y'all. I enjoyed y'all. I enjoyed your company tonight.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we'll tap in again. You know, shout out to 19 Keys. He was supposed to pull up tonight. I'm sure he got caught up in something. Shout out to Blue Pillar, the motherfucking legend, the one and only, you know what I'm saying, son of Tony, you know, shout out to everybody. Shout out to my brother Tyreek, the 7-foot legend. And shout out to Tyreek Nasheed. You know, the buck breaking documentary coming to a theater near you soon. Everybody, y'all.
Shouts out to the Mapogo tribe, the whole Mapogo tribe, the whole Galactic Guardian.
All of them, yeah, I met them. Yeah, they legends. Shout out to all of them. Everybody that came out to Facts 2020. If y'all don't know, we just did an event in Connecticut on Saturday. That video will be available on Netflix in its totality after the launch. Look out for the launch. The launch is coming soon. Like I said, the rollout for the apps, we're gonna do it big style. I'm talking about big drip. We're not just gonna upload some shit on Instagram as a picture. You look forward to the rollout because we gotta celebrate life. This is about this goes to the record books. This is a fucking movie. I want to see my shit on Netflix when I'm 80. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the pillars. So, you gotta take every opportunity as a movie at this point. This is the Juke Crew. Like this is going down in the books. So we gotta be responsible for our own drip. We gotta be responsible for the scenes in our movie. We can't be in no janky shit. We gotta be classy. There's no longer being ashy because our information is priceless. So we have to exude pricelessness. We have to exude value. We have to treat each other valuable. We have to speak to each other and speak value into each other. We gotta be our brothers' keepers. That's what we gotta do. And that's what we've been doing, and that's what we're gonna continue doing. And if somebody is uncomfortable with seeing that, nigga, you need to unsee me. You know, you need to unsee me. You need to unswallow me, unfollow me. You know what I mean? You need to unrollo me, my nigga. Yeah, you need to unrollo me. You know what I'm saying? Unrollo me, nigga. Give me the Lambo.
Bro, he said unswallow me.
Unswallow me, unrollo me, man. He getting tired, bro.
I'm on Gremlin time. I'm not even on time. After 3, I'm on Gremlin time.
Yo, peace, love, and light, yo. Salute.
Peace, love, and light, y'all. All right.
Word.
We out of here.